To believe, but let me feel it won't feel.
You ain't tell the number, oh yeah?
Okay, I'm gonna take the number. Good morning, everybody. We're live, coming to you from Philadelphia. We're live, studio with okay.
Good morning.
How you doing? Tired. You look like you're a little bit tired.
Yeah, a little bit tired for the But we are here this morning with a platform for education, Liberian Radio and Television Network, based here in Philadelphia. We gotta turn the radio.
I got you. Okay.
All right, this is a Liberian Radio and Television Network. We are live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States of America.
Okay.
Welcome, brothers and sisters in the diaspora, the UK, Australia, Africa, Canada, South America, Asia, Europe. Welcome. We are discussing congestive heart failure, or sometimes you will call it cardiac decompensation.
Wow.
So we discussing that, and if we had the best hospital home, all the African countries will come to Liberia. They will come to Liberia to get checkup, because we got equipment. Liberians here are equipped with everything. When you talk about the toe, we got a doctor for the toe. We got a doctor for the bone. We got a doctor for the skin. Okay, we got a doctor for the eyes.
Yeah,
we got a doctor for every part of your body. If we had done that and you retire, you go to Liberia, you will lie down there and then just rest. You will not even have any problem. But unfortunately for us, we have gotten the training, but we can't even help our own people because of our government. You see that? Those are some of the things. So we took this time to just educate you how to take care of yourself when you see some of these signs, and then you will get to know what is happening and when to go to the hospital, how to eat good to maintain yourself. The more you are educated, the longer you live. Okay? It expands your lifespan. So that's why we will be giving you education on this platform, and not only help, but anything we know is valuable to you to know, we will also tell you. Just for the first thing, let me just tell you this, because when you come here, or whether here or back home, you should learn to be a law-abiding citizen. Law-abiding citizen. Sometimes, a few days ago, you see other people, the train passing. And when the train come into a particular area, the red light will show and the gate will come down. When the gate coming down, it means that every car that comes should stop. All right? But it happened that when this gate came down, other few friends who were rushing, they happened to pass through the gate faster, and another friend followed them. All of a sudden, she didn't make it. The train hit her, and she had to die. You see? If you are law-abiding citizen, you don't give up your life this way. So be a law-abiding citizen. When you see the gate is down, wait till the train has gone and passed. Then you can go on. Be a law-abiding citizen. All right? So we're going to be talking about congestive heart failure or cardiac decompensation. So we have what we call 12 symptoms and signs that you will have to know Like we told you before, when you say heart failure starts from the right side. The right side of the heart. The right side of the heart receive oxygen. When you're breathing, that oxygen, you breathe it, it go into your lungs, it sit there. And when the blood comes from all part of your body, it go right to the right side of your heart. And the right side of your heart will send the blood to your lungs. Then the lung will equate that blood with the oxygen. And when you eat any food, the heart send that blood right to your stomach for what we call digestion. Because if you don't have digestion, what you do, you know what will happen? You will eat and your stomach will be bloated. It will just stay in front of you because it's not digesting. Digesting means the food is being broken down. If you eat a lot of what we call protein is meat. You eat a lot of turkey, chicken, and other things like that. Enzyme that will break that food down, they will call it pepsin. When you eat a lot of rice, carbohydrate, enzyme will call that, the enzyme will break it down, it will be amylase. Now when you eat a lot of oil, what will break it down called lipase. So these are different enzymes that break down the food that we eat. So when you see, I gave you 3 different enzymes, and that's how you should be eating your food. You see, you got balanced diet. When you have the oil, you have the protein, you have the carbohydrate. You see, you got balanced diet that way. In that way, you are not going to be thinking about getting sick. You see, but majority of all, we only concentrate on carbohydrate because it gave us energy. We just eat carbohydrate, no vegetable. We don't even put anything with oil on there, you know, and just eat like that. No, try to learn to eat balanced diet. Okay, so that the enzyme will be able to break down your food, and then when they break it down, they take the good part and send it to your heart. The heart will then take those good parts and send it to all part of your body. Then your cell will grow, and when your cell grow, you know, your tissue grow, your organ grow, your system grow. You see that? That's how it goes. You see, our body is in order more than the government we got. You see?
Yeah.
Our body is so much in order more than the government that we got back home. So I want you to understand that. You see, the body that you sit in there, that body that make you tall, that body making you walk, and that is very in order. It moves so one person doing a part, the other person doing a part, and everything working in hand to hand to make you to be what you are.
Yeah, and not like the national legislatures where they go in one side, the Senate go in one side, the president no, not like that.
You see,
everything is corresponding, everything going the same way.
They work hand in hand.
If one made mistake, you had it.
You will know that they will know that one made mistake.
Yeah,
you see,
you feed it.
When one is sick, you will know right away somebody is sick. Feed it. You see, but when they're all working together, you will continue to be strong. You will continue to work good. You see, so now when it comes to this point, then we say heart failure, right heart failure. When the right side of your heart fail, that's a big problem. Eventually, it will lead to the left heart to fail. Okay? So you don't want anything like that. It don't just go 1 minute, though. It don't just go 1 minute. The same way you develop high blood pressure, slowly. When you hit 40, you must just know that you're going to have high blood pressure. You know why?
When you hit 40?
40. So
when you hit 40,
when you hit 40,
but it's not compulsory, right?
It's not compulsory that you want to win, but you got to. That's the time now. You got to start
checking your pressure,
watching up. That's the time you got to be watching up, because the pressure you got when you are 20 and 30, it will come to change.
Yeah, but okay. Are you saying because you got a lot of responsibility, like you got to pay bills, you got to do all of that, or I mean, because if you say 40. Which means across the board. So when you hit 40, you got to start watching out.
Okay.
For pressure.
The reason I say for pressure, not only for pressure though. When you hit 40, your whole body system, that's what they call wear and tear.
Oh yeah, okay.
You see, you
so
get
like
it when you buy a new car.
Yeah.
You're going down the wear and tear.
Yeah.
Wear and tear.
Okay.
That's what happens. So when you hit 40. You start watching yourself.
You
start watching out for your blood pressure. You start watching out for your blood sugar. You start watching out for your prostate. You start watching out for your thyroid. You start watching out for your pancreas. All these things you start watching.
And just to let the audience know, just from being on the show, I was so I've gone to do my physical. I did my physical. I did everything he been talking about. I've been running after it. So I just want people to know that it's very important that you're listening. Tell somebody who knows somebody. Everybody don't have that insurance in this country. You know, some people stay on the legal business. Yeah, so you have the opportunity to come here to listen, and maybe you can learn something from this. So it's very important. Okay.
Well, it's better to listen so that you know what, and when you see some of these things happening, then you know what we're telling you. And most of the things we're telling you, we have seen it. I have worked with it in the hospital. We have seen it in the trauma center, in the emergency room. I've been in medicine since I left TNIMA in the year 1980. 1981, I left TNIMA. I went to school to TNIMA from 1978 to 1981. Then I left from
at that school. The school system wasn't a mess.
Oh no! The school system back home was in top shape.
Yeah, it wasn't a mess.
You see, but because people that were teaching all in TNIMA, they all were from all retired doctors from Washington D.C.
Okay.
Those people, they sent them there purposely for on what we call UNICEF program, and they were paying all U.S. dollar as we continue to go to school.
Yeah, so their own system wasn't a mess.
No. Our system was.
So you got to listen. This is real. This is not a mess.
At that time, we had, when we do operation, when we do circumcision, you see, when I do a circumcision, you would never want anybody to do circumcision. You see, we were asked to do delivery, and you had to do 50 delivery before you graduate. That's your requirement. You had to do 50 delivery, then you had to do at least 20 priming. Some like a young girl is just pregnant and she went to deliver. Those are prime. Those are something that for their first time, the first pregnancy, you got to do 20 of the first pregnancy, because they will send you in the rural area. If you are there, a pregnant woman comes out in their priming, what you would do? So you were taught how to take care of women in their priming. You were taught how to take care of women who be having baby before. So you had to know how to deliver these people. You had to deliver them with no problem. You see? When time comes for cutting, you know where to cut, where not to cut. So we were taught in this thing, and we've been in there for a long time. So sometimes, we leave now, we got to go to the law. You see? We got to go to the law because we've been in this thing for a long time. So when I tell you some of these things, it's something that we have seen it, and it be over and over and over and over. And we just need to help people now back home. We just need to help people, because most of the things we're telling you, you're not actually going to be paying off. No, you will not pay off for this thing. But we will be happy when we do for you, when we help you, and you know, because of what we learn, it improve your living standard. It make you to live long. Then we feel good. You see? Yeah. We feel good. That's how we feel. We feel good. And not so much of the money. No. But it's so much of helping you to live, so that you know that your brother learns something, and from there, you benefit from it. Okay? So let's get back to congestive heart failure or cardiac decompensation. Okay, so we are going to be talking about, like we told you, say it starts with a right heart failure. Right heart failure, when you see there's a right heart failure, the right heart, under normal condition, you know what the right heart does? The right heart take all the blood. You see, the right heart take all blood, that all the nutrient has been taken out by the tissue. All the nutrient has been taken out. So when that blood comes back to the right heart is there, is responsible to furnish that blood with food, with water, okay, and air. Those are the three things must be in there: food, water, and air. The right heart is responsible to put those three into it. After he put that in there, he will send it to the left heart. The left heart will then say, okay, I got it. I'm supposed to supply the system. That means that your whole body now. Then your left heart now pump that blood. It goes on. But is that left heart or the right heart pumping that blood? Are they pumping it against any pressure? There where high blood pressure coming. You see? So as you get older and older, you eat all the greases food. You eat all the chicken. You eat all the meat or all the liver and everything like that. Yeah, when it get into the blood, it keep passing through those blood vessels, some of the thing inside that blood will leave, it will be sitting on the wall of the blood vessel. As you continue eating that fat, you enjoy yourself, it keeps staying on the blood vessel. As you look at it, once you hit your 40, then inside the blood vessel now become to be narrow. It become to be narrow. It become to be narrow. It become to be narrow. But the fact that this blood vessel inside is becoming narrow does not mean that the same amount of blood that's supposed to pass there will be reduced. No. All the heart had to do to send, if he had to send 2 cups of blood, he will continue sending 2 cups of blood. But your blood vessel have become narrow, can only take 1 cup. So at that rate now, you got pressure now against the heart. So the heart said, well, no, I'm supposed to send you the 2 cups. I got to send you the 2 cups. I don't care what kind of pressure you got. I had to overcome that pressure. So as a result, your heart continue to strong, and work harder, work harder, work harder, work harder. As it work harder, it start getting bigger. It start getting bigger. It start getting bigger. Muscles start sitting up. Now when the muscle get bigger now, the heart cannot pump no more. It just start pumping smaller, just smaller, small. As a result, lot of blood is not sitting inside the heart that cannot be pumped. On the left side now, that cannot be pumped to all part of the body. So, there where we call cardiomegaly. You now develop a big heart now. The blood sitting down inside there now. Trouble. You see? It's a trouble now. So what you do now at that time, you breathing, you don't have the amount of oxygen that you need. You don't have the amount of sodium that's supposed to be taken off from your blood. You don't have the amount of food that's supposed to be taken off from your blood. None of those things have been taken off. They're all sitting in the heart because the heart has pumped against pressure so much until the heart is failing now, cannot pump no more blood. So your tissue become to suffer. Because what? Hypoxia. No oxygen. And you don't have oxygen, you get confused, completely confused. No oxygen in your brain, you're doing something different. You see? You got a problem.
Yeah.
You see? So, those are the things that happen with the high blood pressure. When you develop high blood pressure, a lot of big things can go on with you. Then, if the heart continue to pump, maybe the artery that leading to your head is the one that clot. Okay? If that one that is so narrow, when the heart pump with that amount of pressure, it will break. When it break, that's where we call it stroke. That's what we call stroke. It break and it start bleeding on the head, on the brain. And brain does not like anything blood on it. Once they get under that particular, all part of your brain control your body. If it get on that side, like we would say, simple thing is the just simple thing you should know. Left side of the brain control the right side of the body. Left side of the brain control the right side of the body. Then the right side of the brain control the left side of the body. You see? So you will see somebody, the left side of the mouth, it bend. Then it going down. It sloping. He had stroke. But what side did he have the stroke? In the mouth. In the left corner of the mouth is twisted. The man had stroke on the right side of his brain. And he had stroke on the left side.
Is that curable?
Stroke?
Yeah.
Stroke, you just got to go to
the therapy, right? The physical therapy.
You had to go. You had
but
to
you
be
can
going
come
to
back to your regular state. Can you come back to the regular state? Because most people say that it's hard to really come back to what you was if you have a stroke. It depends on the stroke, right?
Yeah, it depends on the stroke where you had the stroke. If you have mild stroke, you can go to rehab.
Yeah, rehab.
And rehab will take care of you, and then you will continue to move your leg good. You start doing exercise and eating right at that time. Yeah. That's why we say start eating right when you are in your 40. You see, you start eating right, then you will come back. In the first place, you don't want to have that.
Yeah, so prevention is very important.
Yeah, you don't want to have stroke. You do not want to have stroke. So it's not right to have stroke. So when you start having swollen feet, your ankle swollen, then when you put your hand in it, there's a damage. The heart problem. That's a heart problem. It means that the heart is not pumping enough blood to get it to the kidney, and the kidney will try to filter it and take the sodium from it. It's not pumping that much. So as a result, it sits in your leg. You see? So the sign there would be a feet swelling angle. That would be the first thing you will start noticing. You see? The next thing we'll be thinking about is you have what we call fatigue. You are tired easily. Why are you tired? Because you don't have that much oxygen in your body. Carbohydrate, the blood is not pumping enough. If you have blood pumping to all your muscles, you will have energy because oxygen and food will be there, oxygen and sugar will be there, and you'll be able to work. But if you don't have it and you start breathing fast, because you have lesser amount of oxygen in the blood, and the blood out there is not enough, so you'll be tired. All right. The next thing, you become dizzy because if the heart pumping just small amount of blood. What will happen if you lie down? Okay, the heart pumping small amount of blood, but you lie down. But all of a sudden, somebody call you, you got up, and then you sat down on the bed. When you sat down, once you got up and sat down on that bed, you will feel dizzy. You can't get up and stand on your feet, because if you do, you will fall. Because you don't have enough blood with oxygen to maintain your balance. You see? So, and that part of the brain that's supposed to balance you is your cerebellum. So you don't have that. So, your balance will go. You'll be lightheadedness, something like that. You'll be lightheaded, and especially when you are lightheaded, maybe the heart is pumping faster. And when the heart is pumping faster, it decreases the amount of blood that's supposed to go to your body. We call that cardiac output. Cardiac output is decreased. You start having what we call lightheadedness and dizziness, because the amount of blood that's supposed to be going is cut short now. The heart is pumping. It's not supposed to be pumping fast like that. So those are the things happen when you start having lightheadedness, and you start having extra heartbeat. Extra heartbeat can cause lightheadedness. You see, you sitting down, you say your heartbeat, and I think somebody calling my knee. Okay, somebody calling your knee, but is somebody actually calling your knee before your heart will beat fast? That is not something that you say somebody calling your knee. All right. The next thing is that you don't have enough oxygen in this blood. It's not supplying your heart muscle, and your heart muscle will start having problem with working. As a result, you develop pain. You have chest pain, and that chest pain must be able to move from your chest, move to your arm, move to your neck, move to your chin, and other things like that. You should know that's chest pain. You see, and that chest pain can cause a heart attack. If that chest pain, if the blood vessel is going to your left side of your heart, that's supposed to pump that muscle. That muscle that's supposed to strengthen the muscle to pump the heart. If that particular blood vessel is lacking oxygen, it will not pump, and the heart will stop right there. You see that? Ischemia. You not develop something, heart attack. That's what we talk about, heart attack can be. Okay. Then you see people who have chronic cough. Chronic cough, you see people with chronic cough, you always have to be thinking about yourself. You see? Why they having chronic cough? And that happens in the late stage of the heart failure. Alright? Chronic cough, and when they cough, they will put it down, but it is sometimes like pink and brownish color or something like that. Chronic cough. You see somebody snoring. You see, when they sit down, they start snoring. You see, when you snore, you think you think you're allowing the oxygen to pass? No, you are not having that. Like you are choking and other things like that, snoring. So people who snore a lot think about heart failure. Then you have, when you're sitting down, you have your heart in your chair. You will be sitting down doing all of a sudden you're minding your business. Then you start feeling your chest, boop, 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 boop. Your heart beating fast. Then you say, but wait a somebody calling your name. You see? That extra heartbeat.
So somebody talking about you.
Yeah, somebody talking about me.
About you.
The person talking about me. You see? If somebody talking about you, that's not how your heart will beat. That's the extra heart sound. We don't want it that way.
Yeah.
You see? That heart sound comes from anxiety, it comes from fear, it comes from excitement, surprise, and other things like that. Somebody surprised you, your heart beat faster. you are excited, your heart beat faster. But normally you are not excited, you're sitting there minding your business, your heart beat faster. You should know that extra heartbeat, you want to know, you want to investigate where it comes from. Maybe the electrical system of your heart is in trouble. Okay? The electrical system is supposed to come from your sinus atrial node and come all the way to in the middle of your heart, then all the way to your heart muscle. But if that pathway is blocked, you got problem. Okay,
so we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back. And I think you can see Mr. P is a little bit exhausted, so I had to drag him to come in because he promised to be on a Wednesday, so we have to make sure we get in here. So stay tuned, and we're gonna be right back. And I'm having to come back. And if you have a question, please stand by and try to ask your question right now if you have any questions, so we've got to wrap up because we have Steven who is standing by. He's going to be on here there's a post that he did on Facebook which I read, and he's going to come up and give a little explanation on details on what about his post that he posted on Facebook. So we're going to take a little break and we'll be right back. Share the video. We got a lot on the plate for you.
It's Crown Up Boy, yeah. I too happy you came my way. Soon on day break like your face I wanna see. I just wanna be loving you. That's just how I wanna be. I will ride for you like Gange. No one wants you, you're not pamble. I love you, don't tante. Oh, got me singing like morning, oh, morning, baby. I just wanna sing morning, oh, morning, baby. Got a song for you, yeah, yeah. Morning, oh, morning, baby. I'm in love with you. Morning, oh, morning, baby. When you smile, the whole world freeze. Oh, da, da, da. When you pose, no need to say cheese. Oh, no, no. Your beauty, that news, let them carry the cheese. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. No competition, you take it with ease. Put that, you know, put that on my heart, oh. For nobody, wherever your spot, oh. Morning, oh, morning, baby. Morning, oh, morning, baby. Morning, oh, morning, baby. Morning, oh, morning, baby. Ellie with my one, I won't pour you in glass. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Fly time, man, I'll touch you when you pass.
Sorry for the delay, but
we are right back. We
have another studio guest who is in the studio, and he's going to be coming on right after Mr. P leave. So he's already in. His name is Monique Shen from Willingboro. So he's in the studio already. So Mr. P, continue.
Yeah, we will be. So we are discussing congestive heart failure or what you call cardiac compensation, decompensation. So we discussing the different signs that will alert you when you have heart failure or you see somebody with heart failure. And with the ninth symptom would be somebody who is confused. Either you're having irregular heartbeat, or your heart is not beating according to the way it's supposed to be beating. It will reduce what? It will reduce the intake of oxygen. The amount of oxygen that's supposed to go to your body, it will be reduced, and when it go to your brain, That's why you become confused, because the amount that there is not right. So you become confused right there. And your knee, your brain actually need what we call oxygen to maintain your cognition. That's your thinking part. So you will not be able to think, you'll be confused. So when you don't have that part of it, then the next thing you will be thinking about, it will be somebody who is profusely sweating. You see, you're sitting down and it is cold, but somebody just sitting there and just sweating. You gotta know why you're sweating like that when it's so cold. You know, so you gotta know that that person is getting into big problem. You see, then you have somebody complaining about pain in the throat. It is not all the pain in the throat that is pain happening to the throat by itself. It's the pain that travels from the chest.
Okay, let me say this to Morris. Morris is saying why we're using different city background. Morris, we are located in Philadelphia. That's why you see the city behind us. So we're in studio. So you see the city behind us. That tells you we're located in Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, that's
all right. So I don't know if you're in America or you're in Liberia, but we cannot have Liberia background behind us here.
So
we're based in Philadelphia, and that's it. If you look at the telephone number on there, you see the 267 and 215 number.
You see, so
okay, Mr. P, continue.
That's what
I'm trying to read a comment here. So if you have any question for Mr. P, post your question. So he can answer it, because we gotta let Mr. P. So Mr. P gotta take a leave. He's tired and he gotta go and relax.
So let's say, instead of coming to complete what we call medicine that is generated by your body to heal your body, how medicine is produced by your body. Instead of talking to you about that, we will be talking to you about that on the Friday. That's going to be what happens to sex when you have sex. Why do people have sex, and when they have sex, what's the benefit of that? So that's what we're going to be discussing on the Friday. All right, those are the things we'll be discussing. So when you see throat, you have pain in your throat, you might be thinking about heart problem. When you have any sweating, when it is cold, you should be thinking about heart problem. When you are gaining weight, you just continue to gain weight. You are not exercising, you can think about diabetes and heart problem. When people just easily get confused, you might be thinking about heart problem. You see, easily when people tell you they are having chest pain, they're sitting down doing nothing. All of a sudden they're having chest pain. You might be thinking about heart problem. Chronic cough, you can call smoker cough. You might be thinking about that. People who snore a lot of times, snoring and not right, you should be thinking about that. You're sitting down, your heart is beating, beep, beep, beep. You feel it in your chest. You say somebody calling your name, that's irregular heartbeat. You might be thinking about heart problem. You should think about
hold on. There we go.
You think about your lack of appetite, because the thing is that you will have that. You see, you will have lack of appetite because you don't have the amount of blood that going to your stomach in order to stimulate what we call digestion. So as a result, you feel bloated. When you eat a little bit, you feel bloated, and the food cannot digest, and sometimes you will vomit. You feel nausea. So those are some of the things. And not all the time somebody can eat and they feel bloated and then you just sit down and say, oh yeah, there's something good. No. Why you feel bloated? Every now and then you feel bloated. Sometimes you feel dizzy. You must think about that. It will be like a heart problem. You see, dizziness and fatigue and swollen feet and all that, those are signs that will show to you that your heart is not doing very well. So it is best to always check the hospital, go there and do your test, go there and do your blood test. When you do a blood test, there are certain enzymes, there are certain chemicals we want to see in the blood test. If it is there, we will let you know that it's not supposed to be in the blood. It's only there when the heart is in trouble. So we'll let you know that. Do your physical, tend to do your physical examination.
Very important.
It's very important. Do your physical examination. You see, and that's why we come on platform for education to educate you. Yep. The more you are educated, the better you are. All right, a good education or education of the community bring development into the community.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so if you are not educated, it's hard to do something that you do worthwhile to benefit other people.
Yeah.
Okay, so we like you to understand that this is why we've been discussing heart failure, left heart failure, signs that will make you to do that. You got when your heart fail, when they determine that you got heart failure, you can go to the hospital. They can either give you a medicine to control the heart. If you got high blood pressure, we can give you medicine to control the heart, because high blood pressure medicine is not only one type. We got different types. Okay, so we will not do that. So the next thing is, if your heart is beating fast, or you're having regular heartbeat, if it's not right, sometimes your heartbeat will stop for a few times. It beat and stop for a few times. If that few times beating and stopping is causing you problems, then we will have to give you what we call pacemaker. We got to insert pacemaker in your chest,
Yeah.
in order to make sure that when you have problems, when your heart fails, your heart cannot beat, the pacemaker will come in and will stimulate your heart to beat the way it's supposed to be beating. So this is why we explain to you, so that you know heart failure is not only done, it's not one side. You can have heart failure, maybe your electrical system did not work, then we give you pacemaker. You can have heart failure, maybe you got a high blood pressure, the heart has been pumping against high pressure in your artery. We have to give you a medicine to clear up that pressure. You see? So those are the things that will help us to, let you know that you got a high pressure, high problem, and it can be, alleviated. So we would like you to know that if you have any problem, you have any question, you can call us right now, then we can discuss it.
Okay.
Or else then we will be able to call you, we'll be able to come back to you on the Friday and discuss the health benefit of sex.
Okay, we don't have the time, so we're going to let Mr. Pedro leave, because we have another caller that we got to bring on. So we're going to have Mr. Pedro leave, then we will be here on Friday. Mr. Pedro will be here on Friday to continue the program. So stay back, relax. We're going to bring our next caller. We got George or Steven. I'm going to get in touch with Steven. He's going to be with us for 15 minutes because he got to go to work. And we'll have you to keep watching. And this is the Liberian Radio and Television Network. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Hello.
Take off your shoe before you get struck by the thunders.
Sorry.
You are in the house of Mawu Patopa Osogolisa. There is no fear. So my son, what can I do for you today in my shrine?
No plenty. I want for them to be arrested. I want for them to go to jail. I want for them to be deported. I want for plenty bad things to happen to them. I want to hear bad news when they want to get out in the morning. Yeah. Yeah. Keep up on the beat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
T12 on the beat.
If you want hear my bad news, you and I, yeah, oh. Yeah, oh, yeah. If you want hear my bad news, you and I, yeah, oh. Yeah, oh, mama. Come for babe, baba thing. Come for babe, baba thing. Come for babe, baba thing, yeah. Baba thing, yeah. Come for babe, baba thing. Come for babe, baba thing. Come for babe, baba thing, yeah. If you don't want to see me, you must close your eyes. Ready the best. If you don't want to see me, you must close your eyes. But say, oh mama, enemies of progress. They don't want to see you shine. See you shine, mama. Enemies of progress. They don't want to see you prosper. Prosper, yeah. They want to see you die. activity. Every day activity. We strong activity. Yeah. No some negativity. No more positivity. Every day activity. We strong activity. Yeah. If you want your man bad news, you and I, yeah, oh. Yeah, oh, yeah. If you want your man bad news, you and I, yeah, oh. Yeah, oh, mama. God forbid, Baba thing. God forbid, Baba thing. God forbid, Baba thing, yeah. Baba thing, yeah. God forbid, Baba thing. God forbid, Baba thing. God forbid, Baba thing, yeah. Baba thing, yeah. If you don't want to see me, you must wash your eyes. Ready the best. If you don't want to see me, yeah, you must wash your eyes. Wash it, oh mama. Aye. Be a bombe, you can pass my eyes, hey. Enemy of progress, you can see me, oh. I waiting from you. I Gucci, Prada. Enemy, they want scatter man dada. What I'm on carry me, they falla. I look at them on swallow me. Any mess all around me, I can't see them all. Yeah. One year say I'm suffering. You 1 year say I'm crying. You 1 year say I'm dying. You and I, yeah. God forbid. You 1 year say I'm broke. You 1 year say I break down. God forbid, Baba thing. God forbid, Baba thing. God forbid, Baba thing, yeah. Baba thing, yeah. God forbid, Baba thing. God forbid, Baba thing. God forbid, Baba thing, yeah. Now, hey, you waiting for. Now, my bad news, you waiting for, yeah. If you want, yeah, my bad news. You and I, yeah, oh. Yeah, oh, yeah. If you want, yeah, my bad news. You and I, yeah, oh. Yeah, oh, mama. God forbid, Baba thing. God forbid.
Okay, welcome our viewers around the world. We're back, and I have Steven. Steven is on the line, and is on the line directly from Philadelphia too. And I have Money Kitchen in studio. Just to let you know, audience, we have Money brought her little son in the studio. So if you hear a little kid behind there, we got him on candy and stuff like that, trying to keep him down because we want him to come in. Want him to come in the studio. So we got Steven. Steven is on the line. And Steven, you there?
I'm here, gentlemen.
Okay, how you doing, Steven? How's everything, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
You know the weather is beautiful out there today.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
Okay. All right. Nice to have you on, man. Nice to have you on. And Money, how you doing today, man?
Yeah, I'm okay, my brother. I'm fine. Thank God for life.
Okay. I hope I just introduced you to Steven, and we're going to dive into this thing right away. I got Steven on the line, and Steven has something on Facebook that I read concerning the present administration we have in Liberia, and that was concerning his concern about Liberia, which had to do with corruption and poor governance. And I think he was trying to say that he wanted sanctions to be put on some individual in the government and in the Liberian government because they are not doing things that they're supposed to do. So I have Steven on here. He's going to go directly into it and give us details on exactly what he meant. Steven, the floor is yours. The audience watching and listening.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for extending to me an invitation on this matter. It's a pleasure for me to be on your show, and I'd like to commend you guys for the great job you guys are doing over the period of time, creating a platform where people can be heard, and we can be able to sit and discuss, our common patrimony in Liberia, because Liberia belongs to all of us. What affects you affects me. Talking about my letter that I wrote to the U.S. Secretary of State, Michael Pompeo. This letter is something that I believe very strong in the details of this letter, because our country has come a very long way. Africa's oldest republic. If you were to look at our country and look at other nations around us, you realize we actually do not represent what we stand for. And this is just sad. After so many years of independence, and a small country, small people, 4.5 million people, we cannot even manage ourselves properly. We have a country that is not even governed properly. We have a country that is so divided. And worst of all, the country remains at the bottom of the corruption seabed. And so we as citizens who are opportune to be in the diaspora and live in other places who have experienced first hand of development, and we've seen countries grow because those countries put together what I call a fast-paced policy to develop those countries. They have been very successful in improving the lives of our people. It hasn't been a magic. But why is it we as a country, we are always dragging behind? And the reason is because we have bad governance, bad leaders, and people who don't love the country. Instead, they just want to seek self-aggrandizement. As a result of that, I thought it wise to pen that letter to draw the attention of the international community, specifically the U.S. government, to see the need to mitigate in some of these situations and incidents that continue to happen on a daily basis in our country.
Yeah, but let me hold you there, Stevens. Don't you think this is going to cause chaos for the poor Liberians in Liberia? Those who, the old lady who in the village and people who, the young boys who pass, if you try to put sanctions on the country, you don't think it's going to cause a serious problem for them?
Well, this is something that a lot of people who have called me since my letter was made public. Since my letter was made public, I received a little over 75 calls from people from all walks of life. And a couple of emails keep coming back and forth. This is the same question everybody keep asking. But I keep asking them another question. Are you saying that we should just sit as a country and allow these vices that continue to underpin our national growth and development to continue? Or is it something that we want to see happen and change? Because if a person would tell me that sanction is so that bad enough that we don't need it, it means that we should just sit upon it and allow corruption to continue as it is. We should allow nepotism to continue as it is. We should allow sexualism to continue as it is.
Yeah,
we should allow underdevelopment to continue.
Okay, but Stevens, do you
think... Is that how we want our country to be?
Stevens,
I have a different version of take.
Yeah, but Stevens, let me hold you there. Do you believe that's the last resort? At this point, do you believe that's the last resort?
The first thing you have to do is you first got to understand the rationale of sanctions. Oftentimes, people misconstrue the word when they talk about sanctions. People see sanctions in a negative form. Sanction is not, it should not be seen in a negative connotation. It shouldn't be seen. Sanctions are corrective measures.
Okay.
Well, I think that's the last resort. Because here's the point. Every effort by opposition political parties, by members of the civil society organization, by the Liberal Council of Churches, by permanent Liberian citizens, both home and abroad, they have all spoken about the situation that we currently experience in our country. They have advised the government that the way you are proceeding is not right. Take for instance what the president did just 4 nights ago. There were 40 persons that lost their life in a landslide in Nema County. There was never a statement by the president, neither a visit made to Nema County by the president. Days ago, fire got to homes in Popo Beach. What the president did, he left the executive mansion office and drove to Popo Beach, and he didn't just stop there. He gave them bundles and dozens of bags of rice, and he pledged the erection of 50 homes. Now, which is not a bad thing. But the other man sitting down in Nema County will want to think whether he's loved by the president that he has. Because when 40 men went and died in the landslide, the president didn't go to identify with those people to give them bags of rice or to erect new structures for them. So these are some of the divisions we are talking about. When you have a president who only feels that the people in Popo Beach life matter only because Popo Beach constitutes a vast majority of his constituency, and he intends to seek power for the next 12 years, and he don't regard other people in other parts of the country. This is where we have the problem. And these are the things we continue to speak about. We don't hate the government. I will tell people, we don't hate the government. We don't hate the country. We mean well for our country. But we will not sit, and I encourage all our leaders, we should not sit down and think that if we just keep our mouth shut, things are going to change. Things are not just going to change overnight. I tell you what, if Liberia had not had sanctions, when Charles Taylor came to power in 1997, all the way to his point where he was booted out of the country around 2003, Liberians were going through the worst economic turmoil like what we're experiencing right now. The country had a broken economy, there was war over the place, there was poor healthcare delivery system. But guess what? Liberians in the diaspora and other parts of the world raised a storm and engaged the international community to ensure that sanctions was imposed on Liberia.
Yeah, but
our economy at the time.
Excuse me, Stephen. Are you saying we're at that point? That's what I keep asking.
We are at that point.
Are we at that point?
There's no rocket science about this. We are at that point. We are at that point. If you see a country where 16 billion can just disappear in 10 years, if you find yourself in a situation where a single ball egg that people used to buy for $10 is now being sold for $75 to $100, if you see a country where it's progressing to a point where the U.S. rate is navigating between 160 to 180, then you know you're heading for trouble. So it's the right time. We have no time to wait. We have no time on our side. Because here's the point. Sooner or later, things going to get even worse than what we even anticipate. And we don't want to get to that point because what's going to happen now, we're going to start to experience drought. And when we start to experience drought, people will start to walk and be walking the streets and dropping dead. We don't want our citizens to be walking and dropping dead in the streets. So it's about time we erect these necessary checkpoints that the government can take a break, and through our partners and international friends, they can be able to say, hey, you got to stop what you're doing, or else you risk this, you risk that. And that's just precisely what we are saying in our communication. There are a couple of recommendations we made in our letter. We didn't just call for sanctions. Sanctions are one of those recommendations, but we mentioned and we clearly stipulated that the U.S. government and our international partner needs to keep a close eye on the government.
On the government. I know you talk about specific officials that need to be sanctioned according to the EU and
actually loaded. There's a couple of things.
Yeah.
You mentioned that people who hold U.S. citizenship
yes.
and occupy positions in government
okay.
and are engaged into the abuse of power and human rights violation, the U.S. government is for time to start to arrest those people and investigate them and prosecute them.
Okay.
Because we've seen that happen on a daily basis. We've also called on the government of the United States to also begin to review the financial records of our country, especially our financial reserve, because we realize our national reserve is being depleted on a daily basis. Just the other day, $20 million was extracted from our covers. Today we are hearing another $20 million US dollar is about to be infused into the economy by the Ministry of Finance through SME, small medium enterprise. We don't know the policy format they're going to use for that. They haven't come out to the public to explain that. We have a situation where the president is going about erecting structures. He's building a new studio. He's building a new studio for members of the Liberian Musical Union. Where is he taking those money from?
Okay.
Who's approving those spending lines?
Okay, let me ask you something, Stephen. Are you affiliated with any political party? Are you a part of any political party in Liberia?
I am not a
so
part
you
of
just
any
a concerned you just a concerned citizen.
I'm just an ordinary Liberian citizen who wants to see the best happen for my country.
Yeah, because the reason
I've come a long way. We don't deserve this. We don't deserve this.
All right. The reason I'm asking this question because we had a little backsplash from Cindy and the group that went over to Washington to protest for the DED and TPS, and they all went there, and somebody heard somebody making a statement that they should put sanctions on the Republic of Liberia, and people were concerned. People in Liberia got angry and said they don't know where they're coming from, their opposition and all of that. That's why I'm asking this question, because we know that a lot of recommendations have been given to the government, and from my understanding and what we're getting is the president is not listening That's what people keep saying. That's what we
That's
keep getting.
That's a natural phenomenon. That's a natural phenomenon, especially in Liberia, especially when it comes to the presidency of President George Weah.
Okay.
You don't listen. You don't listen at all.
Okay,
and like I said, there have been a lot of calls. But again, I always tell people, and I will say this for the records, we don't belong to any political class. Our party is Liberia. We support Liberia 100%. What we want to see the rule of law be respected. We want to see people who are accused of sampling government money are arrested and prosecuted and investigated to the full length. We don't want to see our laws being violated in broad daylight. A classic example was a recent trial of former Justice Janet. You know, our constitution was grossly butchered just to satisfy the political aggrandizement of certain class of people in government.
Yeah, but
we cannot continue to fly on this identical road.
Yeah, but
we need a new dimension.
Yeah, but
and that's why I have elevated the debate at the level of the State Department so that the State Department official can be aware. Now, don't get me wrong. If you were to read the 2018 report from the U.S. State Department on Liberia, that report captures nearly all of what we mentioned in our communication. There's nothing new. The economy is bad. You need not to be a rocket scientist to know that. You need not to be a rocket scientist to know that we don't have a good health system. Our health system is a mess. Our educational system is rotten. You know, everything is just broken down. All we see is the government is erecting feeder roads. We see mansions being erected by government officials. They go to banks, they take loans for their personal aggrandizement and they're erecting their private homes around here while their children and girlfriends are flying to Europe and coming to America on vacation.
Okay,
While the vast majority of our people remain at the bottom of the poverty line and we are stricken.
Okay.
We cannot even afford a daily meal on a daily basis. But yet, somebody says sanction is not a good thing.
Okay.
We call for a lot of options.
Okay.
We don't really just call it for sanction. We said we want the implementation of the Human Reconciliation Commission, implemented. That's one of the things we call for in our communication. We want TRC report. We want the report to be fully implemented because we believe that there are people in government who run the corridor of state power who are war criminals and continue to enjoy the sweat of ordinary Liberians. Those people they kill, they murder, they have power today, they don't care, and they continue to harm those same people that have been left behind and their relatives exist today. We cannot continue as a country. Like we have come a long way. Africa's Modern Republic, and we cannot even boast of having a stable electricity. It's a shame. And yet every day we want investors to go home.
Okay.
We want investors to go back.
Okay.
Go to any country where you don't have a stable power. That's the first thing you will have to attract investment.
Okay, let me come in. Let me come in a little bit, Steven. Let me come in a little bit. You're talking about the president building infrastructure. Let's take a little break. We got a little man in here. Let's take a little break. We'll be right back and let's see what he wants. All right. Hold on 1 minute, Steven.
It's Crowd Boy, yeah. I too happy you came my way. Oh, da, da. Soon on day break like your face, I wanna see. I just wanna be loving you. Like just how I wanna be. I will ride for you like Gange. No one wants you, you're not pamble. I love you, don't touch it. Oh.
Okay, sorry, we're back and we had our studio guest had to go take care of his son to the back. So, Steven, let me ask you something, right? I'm viewing all the comments here. I understand that people have a problem with President we are building homes and accumulating property at this time. But from our understanding during the campaign, you know that this guy was a millionaire, right? He had $85 million. He worth $85 million. That was the story, all right? And people saying that there was no security, things wasn't in the right direction, so he never wanted to come up with his cash. And I think you also listened to the BBC where the president said he had a family and he had to protect them. So the building and infrastructure and everything the president is doing. Okay, what's your take on that? Do you believe that he had it or?
Let me first speak to the issue of we are so-called $85 million clean.
Okay.
Now, we all know that we are playing football and he made a lot of good money. Now, do I believe as a person, as a Liberian, that president said up to this date still got $85 million in his bank account as a bank balance. Certainly, I don't believe so. And I challenge the president to issue his bank statement that he have in America. And I will tell you the reason why I don't believe the president is even worth $85 million, contrary to claims that some of his supporters have, and they continue to run around and masquerade around the place with it.
Okay,
the president doesn't have $85 million. I challenge you on that. And here's why I will say that. It's because if you read and you look at the documentation the president submitted just in 2014 when he contested the senatorial race of Montserrat County, that record is made public. It's at the National Elections Commission. A declaration of access form that he signed. President, we have made a categorically clear on that form. Our entire asset is 1.2 million, a little over 1.2 million. Now, if a man claims that he's worth $85 million, don't you think he would be more than proud enough to mention that on the documentation that calls for him making a full disclosure of his worth? He should be proud enough to mention that, look, I'm worth $85 million, I have this amount of money in my bank account. But he mentioned that his worth was $1.2 million. So we believe that, we take it as it is. So for somebody to say the president is worth $85 million, that's a myth. That's a myth. Because the president is yet to come over a bank statement or to sign and make documentation known to the public or to present it in the public land that clearly stipulates that he's worth $85 million. So that claim is completely charade.
Okay, let's go to where in the report you was talking about those who are American citizens going to Liberia to work and find themselves in corruption. You want the government to act, the American government to act. Don't you think you're going to cause problem for, or you're going to send a strong message to those who are here and qualified and want to go to Liberia to work, and knowing the fact that Liberia is so, we all know that there's no system, there's nothing. Don't you think that those guys might hold back and don't want to go to Liberia to help develop the country or to help to contribute in the country?
Certainly not. Certainly not.
Why you say that?
I'll tell you this.
Okay.
I support every Liberian professional who wants to return home and work and support and develop the country. I'm in full support of that. But what I will not countenance is the fact that when people leave from here and you hold U.S. citizenship and you go to Liberia and you see how suffering our people are and how impoverished the country is, and you decide to ride on the limitation of our people and you start to abuse them and violate the laws of our country, when you know fully well that the country that you come from, which is America, cannot condone such an attitude, then I have a problem with that. And that's why I'm calling on the U.S. government to begin investigating those individuals who hold U.S. citizenship and are working in the government and continue to engage in acts of violations that does not only violate local laws but international laws and human rights and issues. Because we've seen that on a regular basis. People in America, things they cannot do when they go back home, that's where they want to start to do that. We cannot continue on such a path as the country, because if we continue, we're not going anywhere. We keep digressing. We need not to digress. We need to progress. So if we are to progress, and you as a professional person who lived in America for so many years and understand the modus operandi of governance, and you claim to be a professional person, I see no reason why you want to go back and work in the government. If the government is messy as it is, you should be able to hold up your sticks and say, look, I will remain professional and not engage in acts of unprofessionalism and start to abuse people. We see reports of people come from America to go to Liberia, they rape people, they sexually abuse women and stuff like that. We cannot continue that. And America has a standing rule on that. When you are a U.S. citizen and you go to a foreign land and you engage into acts that are incompatible with your status and your standards, there are remedies under the law. So we are just trying to elevate and trigger that identical law so it begins to take effect, on officials in Liberia. That's precisely the point. Okay.
For our audience, we have Stephen is on the line. Stephen, you're in Philadelphia, right? You live in Philly, right?
Yep.
Okay, Stephen is on the line. He lives in Philly. He's a concerned citizen of the Republic of Liberia who wants certain things to be done concerning our country. And it's unfortunate that Stephen had to go to work. I'm trying to see if I can keep him on for a little bit. And if you're out there, you see the numbers on the line. The number is on the screen, 215-954-1375, 215, or I'm going to change the other number, but for now we're going to use the 215-954-1375. The first number we're going to use that. You can call in and ask Stephen your question. Stephen, let me ask you something. How do you feel about dual citizenship?
No, that's a very important issue. I believe strongly that there's no country in the world, especially modern countries right now, in this modern era we find ourselves, that can develop without the contribution of other citizens that are living in other parts of the world. Our case is unique. The first thing we got to look at our current laws that we have. Our current constitution that we have is so racist to the point where it does not give room a breathing space for people who citizenship for other countries. Our constitution is very clear. Our constitution calls for only Negro descent can become citizens of our country. Now, is there a law that we feel comfortable with? Certainly, our person don't feel comfortable with that. But that's what we have. And so when we talk about dual citizenship, the first thing we need to talk about is how we change our laws in the books. Because until we change our laws in the books, we cannot go in for dual citizenship. In as much as good for our country, we cannot go in for it at this point when our laws prohibit that. So that's the first thing we need to deal with. Now, when you deal with the law and have it change, the next thing you have to deal with, the citizens themselves. You got to change the perception of our citizens. And now, when I talk about changing the perception of our citizens, what do I mean? I'm talking about changing our minds and our attitudes, especially for those of us that live in the diaspora and go back home to contribute our quota to government and other institutions alike.
Okay.
Often at times, and our people have become accustomed to it. They have that memory of hurt in their minds and on their hearts. That most librarians, professionals, people who claim to come from the diaspora and have lived and have all the years of professionalism, are the ones who, when they return to their country, their motherland, turn out to be the worst economic criminals of the country. They exploit the country to a high level of division. They rip the country's coffers at their personal detriment, and in return, they transfer those fundings to America to buy mansions and to pay their children's school fees and to buy limousines. While the vast majority of our people languish and die in the village because of bad road conditions and poor healthcare delivery system.
Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
It's an issue for people to just accept the issue of dual citizenship, and that's why I would tell people this is a huge debate. It's a different debate. It's a big platform of debate.
Okay.
We all need to sit around the table and be able to talk about it.
That's correct.
Until we change our minds and our attitude, how we treat our people, when we go back home, they will not accept us as we wanted to.
Let me ask you this, Stephen, because most of the time, especially on Facebook and other social media, you find out that they had a lot of guys that were connected to the CDC that ran campaign very vigorously. They ran and they tried to make sure that President Weah become the president of the Republic of Liberia, and because Weah didn't look their way or give them jobs, and the guys are all over the place. I mean, some are angry and some are upset and some are frustrated that, you know, they didn't really knew, they never knew Weah personally, and they had him to the president. They took him to the presidency. So my question for you is, were you involved into any campaigning for President Weah? Were you engaged into the CDC? Did you have any affiliation with anybody connected to the CDC that probably you know that you promised you something and you didn't get it, or do you want a job or anything? That's why you're upset and you're writing. I like to ask the question, you know, because the audience are watching, and unfortunately you're only talking. People can see your picture. I'm going to try my best to bring you on because we want people to know and see that everybody not after a job or everybody not after certain things. So can you respond to that question, please?
You know, it's laughable, and the reason why I'm laughing is because this is something that often at times people always bring up. The moment you sit in your comfort zone, especially in America, and you start to criticize and you start to bring up those points that underpins the government of the day and draws attention to their weaknesses, the next thing they start to tell you that you need a job. Now, let me say this for the records. I don't need a job. I live in America.
You don't want a job. You don't want a job that would pay you. You don't want a job that would pay you $8,700. You don't want that?
Here's the point. Why would I want to take a job in Liberia at this time when the country is not even stable? When the country have a broken economy? Why would I want to do that? Why do I want to risk my family life in America for a job in Liberia when the finance ministry cannot pay civil servant consistently in keeping with policies? Every job will pay me. Every job will pay me. So I don't know what you're talking about, a job that will pay me. How much do I need to survive?
You don't want to buy the house or anything over here?
Look, if I want to buy a house, I'd rather buy a house here or I build my house in Liberia. Simple as it is.
Okay.
I don't need a government job for that. Look,
Okay.
people need to stop thinking that people can only survive only on government. No. I've never had an occupied any government position before. If I tell you I haven't been given an opportunity to work, I have been offered a series of opportunities to work in government. I have turned that down. And the reason why I believe so is because I don't love to work in government and work at the whims and caprices of political actors who, when they go to bed tomorrow morning together and tell you you are fired. I don't believe in that. I believe in staying in my professional space and contributing a lot to my country in the private sector. I feel comfortable working in the private sector and doing a lot more for my country in the private sector than the government. Because the government, as it stands right now, is messy. The country is noisy. The country is so hateful. The country is so polluted.
Okay.
You don't want to get involved in those kinds of situations. So to answer your question, no, I don't want a job today. I don't want a job tomorrow. I'm satisfied with what I got. I do my full-time job, my 2 full-time jobs, and I live a decent life. God continue to shower His blessing on me and my family. Everything I want, I work for it, and I earn it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is Stevie from Philadelphia, from the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection. Now, just to let my audience know, unfortunately, Stevie had to go to work. I don't want to hold him up. I'm going to try, Stevie, I'm going to give you the invitation to let me know when you will be free. I want to bring you in studio so we can further go into details on the post you wrote, and people can have the opportunity to ask you questions and see exactly who they're talking to. I mean, so if you give me the opportunity, I got one phone call coming. Let me see if I can answer the phone call, maybe directly to you, and we can let you go. So hold on 1 second. Call your name and where you calling from.
My name is Charles Howard.
Okay, and where you calling from?
I'm from Florida.
Okay, go ahead. Ask your question. I got Stevie on the line. Ask your question.
Yeah, I didn't get the topic. I was driving. That's why I just tuned in.
Okay, you were driving. Steven is on the line, and Steven is asking for sanction on the we are government, because he said we are at the point where we cannot sit and fold our hands. We got to get up and do something. So he feel that there should be some sanction posed on Liberia and some individual in the government, and there are certain things that need to be done. So what's your take on that? And Steven is on the line. And can you please control your background, please?
Okay, well, Steven and the rest of the guests, I don't know if sanction is the way forward. We have to look at the impact of sanctions. When you create sanction on the government, especially like Liberia, where 80% of the government employment or the population depends on government, then it's going to affect the poor people down the street. Because all those guys have either they are U.S. citizens or they're holding green cards, something like that. You can leave Liberia at any time. So we have to look at the way forward. If the government is not being productive, we either have to engage them in sitting down and discussing on the way forward to make sure they are delivering for the Liberian people.
Control your background, please.
For sanction for Liberia, right now, I think it's not a very good move because there is going to impact the lower people badly. And all they will do, they will say, well, you know, if people sanction us, your eyes going to sanction us, they sanction us, so you can't get anything. So it becomes stagnant. So whatever is available, to convert it for themselves and their families, and that be the rest of it.
So you're saying sanction on Liberia when they're going to use that to let the people know because they are not doing good things in the country. That's because they're going to use that against the people, against the those that are asking for the sanction, right? That they're not doing anything because the sanction posed.
The sanction as an excuse.
Excuse, okay, yeah, correct. Correct.
Then they will stop everything. So your eyes for the sanctions. So since the sanction here will not give you any development.
Yeah, but according to Steven saying that a lot of recommendations have been made and a lot of things that are going on in the country that we are at the point where the present administration is not going to listen. So the only way forward is to make sure we see if we can start putting sanction on the government and some individual who are who are American citizens and going back home and participating in corruption.
Yeah, but Stephen, the thing again is that we all should stop acting on our emotions. We should stop. First of all, like you said, in elementary school, when you get to the wall, you stop. You look left, you look right, you look right, you look left, and then you cross. So before we shout for sanction, let's look at the implication of the sanctions. How it's going to impact the ordinary man down the street. Again, everybody over there, they either hold a green card or they are U.S. citizens. Not because they're pretending over there. Okay? So we have to know that they can leave their country any time. Just when they're going to go back to Paris, to France. I think you got citizenship in France, you got access to France or anywhere else. So we shouldn't worry about them. We should worry about the people in the country. So in order to bring sanctions that are discussed carefully, let's look for other ways and means that we can push the government to the point where they will focus and deliver what they were elected for.
Okay.
But I think sanction right now is a problem for the ordinary people.
Okay, Carter, thank you so much, and I'll have Stephen to answer that, and we can let Stephen go. And Stephen, we give you the opportunity to come back here because I mean you gotta go to work, and I called you the wrong time, so. You know, we'll give you the opportunity to come. So, Stephen, go ahead and just.
Thank you. I listened to the caller, understand, and he made a very brilliant point. But you see, and I said before, when Charles Taylor was in power, when the issue of sanctions came up, people said the same thing the brother just said. They said the ordinary people were feel it, the country was bad, and mind you, at the time when that discussion was being held. Liberia were being faced with the worst economic situation and condition on the chart. You had a broken system. There was no food coming into the country. War was being fought. People were being killed on a daily basis. Poor healthcare delivery system. And you can just name the rest. People said sanction wasn't necessary at the time because it was going to worsen the situation. But guess what? The American people and our international partners said, no. It's appropriate because if we don't stop what is going on, more lives will be lost. Now, I tell you, coming back to reality, if we don't put measures into place like I've recommended to the U.S. government and other international partners, I'm telling you, frankly, sooner or later, our citizens will be walking dead. And I tell you, sanctions have various forms. The government can be placed on sanctions if the international community deems necessary to the U.S. government. They can also decide to place sanctions on certain individuals in the government and not necessarily the entire country.
Okay.
They can also decide to place sanctions on certain commodities.
Okay.
They can decide to place sanctions on assets, freeze, or whatever. So there are several forms of such sanctions. So I don't want people seeing it from a whole holistic point of view.
So so it should be a signal, something like a signal sent to them.
Exactly.
That we yes.
Okay.
Okay.
If the U.S. government at the time on the child student, if the U.S. government had not imposed sanctions, today the relative peace we have would be enjoying it. I tell you frankly, because by now private people who have hijacked power, maybe you go for a second term, and the country will going to still be in a serious political and serious conflict. If we had not imposed sanctions at the time of child student, we would have had a questioning president of early Jerusalem. We would have had the George Weah of today. We would have had all of these people we see around it. So sanctions are corrective measures. They should be seen in good faith and not in a negative connotation.
Okay.
Yes. But I agree with you. Sanctions can be done in different directions, geared towards or put in different areas of the government. But you said something that caught my attention very well. Charles Taylor government, you said, had a lot of function on them. Okay? At the end of the day, who suffered with all the sanctions? The Liberian people. You understand? The Liberian people still suffer. The problem we have is not just today. And I will use one word. The problem we have with Liberia is Liberians themselves, the lack of awareness. I will not say education, the lack of awareness. Because if every time people come and do the same thing, and other people come and say, oh, the person will do this thing, they'll say, okay, let's try the other God. Maybe they will do maybe that. Maybe they know that maybe got everybody's talking today. So if Liberian people were going to listen to all the different things that are being said about the different candidates during the election time and elect the right person, we will not have had a problem. But we are here now. What do we do? So I'm still saying to you is that even if we issue sanction on the work, on the travel or different things, at the end of the day,
it's ordinary people
who are supposed to go to work are coming. Those are the people who have to go to work and find these things for development to bring back to the people. So if we sanction them, then that means they will say, well, since you say they should sanction us in different ways, we cannot do nothing. So you will suffer. So my suggestion would be is that instead of giving money directly to the government, the international community should start working through private organizations and companies to go directly to the people. Like today or yesterday,
Mr. Howard, let me go back to that. Let me just jump in a little bit before Mr. Bennett can come in. We don't want to keep going back to the same process according to what Bennett said, where we always have to ask for somebody else to come and do work for us. It's about time. I think that's why he's saying it's about time that we try to take leadership. So if the people voted 62% for an individual and saying that we believe you and we trust you and we feel you are the right guy to do the work, and you are not performing. So if they're not performing, you're saying that we should fall back, wait, and approach things in a different way, where the leadership is not even listening, they don't care, and they keep doing the same thing. If you watch the president stayed riding private jets. There are things that still happening. And it's like there are a lot of recommendations are being made and being given, and people are talking. A lot of Liberians are frustrated. People are not going for a job and other things. But people are frustrated. People are getting older. People want to go home. People just want to go relax in a little village, get a little farm, and do what they got to do. But according to what we're listening and what we're hearing, this president is not waiting to listen. He's not waiting to listen. And the legislature is not waiting to listen. And we also have the Senate is now waiting. The Constitution is being broken. And things are going from one thing to another. So do we sit back? Or do we send a signal? Or
the international community
hold on one second. Hold on one second. Let me usher my other guests. Hold on one second. Let me usher my guests in quick. Hold on one second. Let me usher my guests in. Hold on one second, and we'll be right back.
Yesterday or so, the Samsung was contracting in DC into the Red Bank for $X millions. Okay? They saw money somewhere else better they used it as USA as a good deal. So people should start lobbying these organizations, these businesses, or people around this thing. Halt. Look, when you think about these people in here. Talking about US getting money, the way America operates is a little bit different. When America announced the $104 million of government trust me, that money is not going to the government of America has that. The government partners. Yeah, I know. You know, so all of those people assets and all institutions of the United States government are the ones that will carry all those development initiatives and just call the government to come and take over things or something like that. That's how this went about doing that stuff. But when it comes to direct government support, yes, for that one part it goes to the government cover. For the U.S. government, it's not really giving you any government support. Except for that group that get the money. So the U.S. government understands that that's not exactly complicated. The lack the skills to handle that development. So the fact that we are partners, we have a large issue on people at a time. What is done and continue to do we don't all the kinds of stuff. But there's no money going to like this. I think something like that. My suggestion would be, I heard somebody on one broadcast talking about it going to do demonstration, and the man should be, we should go and blah, blah, blah. Changing president, everything usually wrong is not the solution to our problem. So the people in the system, let's agree and disagree that if Mr. Weir doesn't have the academic or the education or whatever skill to manage a government, the people around should be the one to help him manage the government. No president goes to the president and say, how to run the country. You understand? But his ministers and associates in the government. So we have to look at those people that are carrying out the day-to-day responsibility of the government. If those people are not acting right, what have to make sure we take the two parts and how to like go together. No, but for me, I don't even look at that because it falls right back to the president's hat. If the president, you make the appointment of those people, if you know that people don't have the skills and the experience to perform the task, and you appoint them squarely based on your party line, and the fact that they will be struggle for 12 years, and you didn't look at their qualification and their experience, then you have a problem. You're going to get your stick. And that's what you are. You appoint people that are having wisdom. Somebody who hasn't graduated from the university like you. You're appointing an assistant minister for research and technical services and ministry of agriculture. What does it know about research? What does it know about the kind of soil? What does it know about the type of flower? Nothing. There's a big mistake. He's putting there as assistant minister for research. What kind of research is he going to do? So this is the problem. So are you saying we should sit back and wait for where to have the 12 years? Brother, look, I tell you what. If we sit and don't do anything, the next 12 years, the 4.5 million people will reduce to 1 million. Yeah. Because everybody will die on starvation and poverty. I'm telling you now, we cannot allow that happen. And that's why we got to raise our voices so high. Because I tell you what, that's the only language we understand at this point. No demonstration can move. Somebody told me today, live direct from Liberia, that one tomato is $100 Liberian. I was trying to imagine. Boy egg is $25. You know, $25 for boy egg. I got to me 25, I got to me 30. So I was thinking in my mind, when I was going to school in Monrovia, did I even imagine getting $25 for lunch? To buy one boy egg, $25, $75. Why does it come from? I mean, it's so shocking in my mind that people now, you know, my son go to school from Queens to AWA, you got to get $500 to go to and come from school every other day. I'm like, really? You know, I mean, when you talk about these things, brother, the only thing they tell you, oh, you are frustrated, you want job, and you're against the
Okay. No, okay. All right. Okay, George and Chaz, I want to say thank you for, for calling in, and George, thank you, Bob. George, like I said, I'm giving the invitation for you to come back. I really want people to see who exactly is on the line. So I mean, I will put your picture up. But I'd rather you come up so people can see exactly who you are, and we can continue to go. Yeah, we got to discuss. We got to keep going into this. Okay, so thank you very much for coming. I got another guest that just came in. Let's take a break and we'll be back. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Talk to that. Yeah, talk to the man. George. Oh, Steven. Oh, Steven left. I'm not going to pick Alan, you get ready to call Yeah, the topic for today is about the government. It's just a little short interview if the government is on the right path. If the government is doing the right thing right now, if the president is a man who can listen. Very, very question. Different question we want to ask. Okay, look at that. Morning, baby. Got a song for you, yeah. Morning, baby. I'm in love with you. Morning, baby. When you smile, the whole world freeze. Hold on. When you pose, no need to say cheese. Oh, no. You're
beauty that newsletter and carry the cheese.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah, that's how it's
no
supposed to be.
competition, you take it with ease. Put that, you know, put that on my heart too. For nobody, wherever your spot.
Okay. So we're gonna come back on, and I got money here with me. So you gonna stay on the line? Okay. Okay, stay on the line. I'm gonna bring it on. So stay on the line so we can discuss it. Papa calling me. I know he's coming. He's calling me. I know what he's calling me for. Yeah, he's calling me. Listen to the show. He's calling me. I said, okay, you already on. So everybody, so Kiki, dog opposition. You see the person? Cheese feeder say. Listen, you see what? No, hold on. Let me see.
You not like fries. You my everyday new thing. Go for bed party in the daily. Me I like good thing. Me I like good thing. Let people don't want you. Morning baby. I just wanna sing. Morning baby. Got a song for you, yeah. Morning baby. Morning baby. I'm in love with you. Hold on. King Java, see you, papi, oh yeah. See, I see. It's Crowd Up Boy, yeah. I too happy you came my way. Oh, da. Soon on day break like your face I wanna see. I just wanna be loving you. Like just how I wanna be. I will ride for you like gange. No one wants you, you not pamble. I love you, don't tante. Oh, got me singing like morning baby. I just wanna sing. Morning baby. Got a song for you, yeah. Morning baby. I'm in love with you. Morning baby. When you smile, the whole world freeze. Oh, da. When you pose, no need to say cheese. Oh, no. Your beauty, that newsletter and carry the cheese. Oh yeah. No competition, you take it with ease. Put that, you know, put that on my heart too. For nobody, wherever your spot. Morning baby. Morning baby. Morning baby. Morning baby. Ellie with my one, I won't pour you in glass. Yeah, oh yeah. Fly salmon and touch you when you pass. You fun like a man and go out there. Oh yeah.
Our national issue concerning our country. I don't know if you're on that. You can hear me. Please give me a thumbs up. So, like I was saying, we have George on here and George, or Stephen on here, and Stephen just left, and we were discussing a session that he was asking the people the George Weah administration, and we had some people that have said the Charles on here said it wasn't a good route to go, but Stephen was also saying that he feel that should be used to send a signal to the George Weah administration. And we have Monique Shane in the studio, and we have with us Charles Howard State on the line, and we want you to follow us, share the video, and somebody keep calling me. I don't know who's calling me, but they keep calling me back and forth. We on the show. You can call the two numbers on there, 215-954-1375. Whoever you can call the number on the screen if you can. I would appreciate it. And I'm also going to be talking to one of my reporters who's going to be reporting for us in Liberia. It's called Solo Konate, and he's standing by. I told him to stand by, and I'm going to be bringing him on. Zola, how you doing? We got Zola who is on, and he also sent me a thumbs up. So we're going to dive into this thing. Money, how you doing this morning?
Yes, I'm all right, Prince.
I know I said money again. I'm saying it again.
I know. It's still the same because especially when you're off on a day, you think it's still in the morning.
Okay, what do you think about what Stephen was just saying about having sanction posts on the government of the administration right now at this point?
To be frank with you, Liberians, we are scary people. We are scared in the sense that every little thing we try to do, we try to look at who we're going to attack or who we're going to harm or harm someone. Look, whether sanction on Liberia or sanction is not in Liberia, the people of Liberia is going through hell. They're not already enjoying it. The people who want to feed it will be first the officials who traveling every day out of the country, shipping thousands or sometimes I don't have to say million, thousands of dollars out of the country. They will feed it first because they can't go anywhere. And you see, America is a big country. That's why everybody call upon America. They're the big brother in the area. You're a small man, like you in the community. If anything happens in your community, who you go to for? You go to your big brother. So please go and talk to this guy. But everybody is seeing it. The lives in Liberia today was not the same life in 2017. It's totally different. People's lives have changed. They are going backward. Things prices is going up high. This government is not coming up with any economic policy to tell us this is what we are and this is how we're going to get out of this mess.
Yeah, but you know that the George Weah administration came up with, they came into power with a whole lot of challenges. You know that, right?
Yes.
There was a whole lot of challenges that they came in and met. So do you expect for everything to start falling in place just in a year and two? Like for the few times he been there, you want to say everything's going to be gravy immediately when they're trying to get their feet, let's say their feet wet. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. In life, there's still
yeah. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second before Ishan. Hold on, let Ishan go on right now because.
Okay, let me tell you. In life, there's stages in life.
Of course.
Government continue.
Okay.
You understand? When Ellen Johnson took over, which I'm not a fan of Ellen Johnson, and I've never been a fan up to present.
Mm-hmm.
When she took over Liberia in a situation where, according to the record, they say it was only $80 million when Julie Brown.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
She took over from a place where everything was broken.
Okay.
And she came all the way. We gave her 12 years. I can still remember two statements that Ellen Johnson made when she was leaving office. She was bad on corruption and bad on uniting the people of Liberia. This government was supposed to capitalize on that first. She admitted. She even came up and said, I took full responsibility of my son, $30 million, the money from Local. She accepted it. She took the responsibility. You understand? Now, when this government came in, there was a policy already in place. The policy that was in place was okay. They could have capitalized on it and bring what they have and add on it and take up the race. But instead, they try to change everything. Just what Ellen did, try to change some of the things and try to build new houses instead of renovating or fixing the one or go through the Samedo blueprint, because Samedo went through the Tobal blueprint. You understand? So everybody try to bring in their own thing. But we're not from war, Prince. We are not from war. The war was over since 87 when we voted for Charles and 97 we voted for Charles Taylor. Okay, Charles Taylor was pushing out of the country, and We had other interim government, and Ellen came in. Ellen went there for 12 years. You think we'll be on the sidewalk begging throughout 12 years? Yes, international community did everything for Ellen, and everybody knew there was a corruption. Ellen admitted to the corruption. So I think this George Weah government was supposed to capitalize on what Ellen said when it comes to peace, to unite the Liberian people. We are more divided in Liberia than ever. The hatred is so hard now until your friends that you were so close can never even speak to you in the front.
So you want to blame that on George Weah?
He's the president. He's the president of Liberia.
Okay.
He's the president of Liberia. Okay, come in.
Yeah, Charles, come in, because you can't wait. I say hold on. You can't wait. You want to talk? Come on in. Go ahead. Go ahead.
My first thing is that
Okay.
when you said that George Weah took over a government or in blah blah blah,
Yeah.
the only problem with that statement is that George Weah was part of the very government for almost how many years? You know why? Because he was in the House or in the Senate. Okay? So therefore he even had more power to persuade his fellow senators and representatives to develop policies and pass laws that are going to arrest the problem in Liberia through the Ellen government. He failed to do that. So he now come into the presidency ignorant. He knew what was happening because he was in the House, in the Senate. He knew it. So everybody should stop saying that he took over the government and he didn't know what was happening. No, he knew. That's the first thing. The second thing is that, we continue to do, like when you were saying, we continue to do try and error every time. Oh, let's try next government. Maybe they will do all right. It's a terrible situation right now because from the time this man took over, okay, personally, I will tell you about, I don't hate him, I don't hate anybody, but I'm concerned about the developmental program that they have going in the country. I myself don't understand what is happening to complaining everything to me. So what do we need to do as citizens of Liberia? Again, I will continue to say, there's about time that Liberians step back and say, listen, this is our country. This government is not doing anything. We have to sit down and dialogue and start putting each other against one another and discuss the best way forward for our survival. Because at the end of the day, again, every one of those guys in leadership that are ready for the things or green car somewhere.
Okay, let me. Okay.
You cannot leave.
Okay, let me.
You step up and find a way to solve the issue. Let others talk. Let's hold the power hard. Let everybody put away the differences, stop at any angle with each other, and sit down and discuss how we can sit down and make our country better for our people. As the government will go, the people will still be there. So we gotta start depending on government.
Okay, let me come in quick. Money, before you go on to say something. Everybody knew that during the campaign, they saw you on Facebook campaigning seriously against George Weah. You didn't want George Weah to be president. All right? Okay. Now you're coming up to say that George Weah is not doing the right thing, and you visited Liberia, you were in Liberia. Let me ask you something. I always like to ask people this. Was there anything promised to you that George Weah promised you that he was going to give you a job or anything, and he didn't give it to you? Because people feel that those that are coming up and saying things that they're saying in Liberia right now have some connection, and people saw you on Facebook campaigning seriously for Alexander Cummings, that you wanted Cummings to become president. Later on, you joined the campaign for Boaga. So, is there anything, anything that was on your sleeve that you decided to come on Facebook and start talking? Go ahead.
Okay, Prince, let me tell you this in the public manner, and which everybody watching know. Two, if I wanted a job, or if I wanted to be part of this administration, I was going to be in the campaign with them.
Okay.
I supported the president in 2005.
Okay.
I supported the president at the time, Ambassador Weah.
Okay.
2011. You see, we came a long way back.
Okay.
I want to give you this story. I know people will have to listen. The thing is that in life, you got to there's two ways of thinking. You got private and you got public. When it comes to things that deal with the people that are out there, you think like public. It's a public thinking. Private, that means it's my private life. Whatever I do behind closed doors, whatever I do for my family, it's on me. I remember I knew George Weah from Liberia, from IE days. I used to have party to my sister's house in Mama Point after every game. Okay, that one we're not too close. It was just acquaintance because he was playing for IE. But I was actually called upon by Jones Blambo and his wife, Tenet Blambo. They came to me that day in Jersey. They said, listen, Ambassador, we want to see you. I said, for what? They were in Rhode Island. They want to see you. I said, but what do you want to see me for? He said, please, money, you got to go. So, you know, there's a saying, they say you don't refuse call, you refuse what is in the call. And yes, and I took upon myself. I left on Friday and drove there. I met Ambassador Weah and Morale Walker and other guys from Rhode Island sitting in a hotel where he was stopping. And to my surprise, when Ambassador Weah saw me, he got up, he gave me a hug, he said, oh, thanks, Money, for coming. And from there, he said he wanted me to do his pictures, his video, and whatsoever. And he gave me a lot of video tips from Europe, all his games. I transferred them into NTSC because they were all par. And we spent 3 days together.
Okay.
I did the pictures. We had all the programs.
Yeah.
We went to the airport. We left him. I got in my car, and everybody left. Going to Minnesota, he called me. He said, I want to come to Minnesota. I flew over to Minnesota on my own expense now.
Yeah.
The only thing they did when I got there, they gave me a room. Jackson County was on that trip. Jackson County was in the room with me.
Okay, Jackson County.
Yep.
Yeah.
For me, I love to call names. I never joined the
reporter, Jackson
yes.
County, yeah.
He was with me,
Yeah.
and we spent the whole time. We went to the Minnesota and Sports College. We went all around doing George. We have photos, videos, close to him. He never disrespected me.
Okay.
We got so close in the sense. Do you know what it means when a man in the bathroom taking shower and he sent for you in the bathroom?
Yeah.
And you and him talk face
People
to
told me
face.
he's down to earth. He's like
That's
that.
how he's a nice guy.
He's a very nice guy, down to
But
earth.
he's a nice guy. He's humble in a sense,
Yeah.
but you got to play with him to be able to understand him.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we came back. He sent for me again to Florida.
Yeah.
I went to Florida to his wife day. I remember when we got to the place, he went to the hotel and told Rodney C. He said, there were 10 rooms. He said, I don't care how you divide the room. Make sure that he got one room. And I got my room. I came back. He sent for me again back to Florida to do a video on his business. It was a supermarket, an African supermarket, and a new house, and he had 2 houses there.
In Florida.
One, in Florida.
Yeah.
One got like 8 bedrooms, and the other one was a 3 bedrooms.
So the obviously he has
Yes.
houses in
Yes,
Florida.
but he got one
has a
right now.
supermarket. He's
Yeah.
got a supermarket.
So we went there. He
Alright.
said, but when you
Just
come
to be
in,
clear.
I want you to transport someone for me. And you know, I love to call him Mong. I transported Mong. I bought a ticket. I bought 2 tickets.
You bought a ticket.
I'll pay for the ticket. We went over to Florida. I did the recording. We went around. It was on Saturday night. He asked me if I wanted to go and hang out. I said, I'm tired, man, but I'm trying to edit this video. George Weah stretched his hands. After all the trips, George Weah stretched his hands.
Okay.
And he put him, he said, my man, thank you for everything. You never one day asked me.
Okay.
When he opened his hand, I closed my hand.
Okay.
When I opened it, was $2,000.
$2,000.
Liberian US dollar.
Oh, US dollar.
Yeah. And everybody knew about it. For me, I always praise people when they do certain things.
Okay.
When I came, I never touched that money. I can remember when I arrived in Philadelphia, Wata Mihoso, rest in peace, was having a cooker. And I went there to Liberty Apartment.
Yeah.
And Rod and Leroy and myself was sitting and said, man, guess what? George Weah gave me $2,000. He said, wow. I said, all the time. I never asked him I never one day asked him, oh, you know, I'm paying my rent. Okay, you have my insurance? Nothing. Everything I did, he called me and I showed up.
Yeah.
He asked me to go to his birthday again in October. But then my friend was getting married, Peabody. And I told him I could not go there. He said, for what? I said, because listen, I see Peabody every day. I tell him upfront, I tell him straight. And he told Eugene Nangwe, he got pissed off. We met to Pucci wedding. He even brought it up. But what I'm trying to say is that at the time I was supporting George Weah, one reason.
I know you supported in 2005.
2005,
Okay,
2011.
You were supporting him.
And even up to the senator position, the senator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what now?
George Weah said things that I could not hear from other people.
Okay. And what
George Weah mentioned one,
Uh-huh.
the term for the presidency.
Uh-huh.
He mentioned how the people of Liberia were going through hell.
The term of president said he wanted to cut
He
it down.
wanted to
from
cut
6
it down
years
from 6 to 4 years.
to 4 years. Okay.
Yes. And he was concerned about the Liberian people, what they were going through.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And people in this Philadelphia used to insult us. And I see them today working in CDC government. They told us we were stupid of finding George Weah.
Watch your language. We want the language.
No, stupid is not just, I'm not insulting.
Okay,
Yeah.
Russia.
It's not anything. I'm saying that we,
Yeah,
they
that's what
use insult words on us.
Okay.
They insulted us, people like you, going behind George Weah, or the IE business, because some of them said it was IE problem. And some of the Barrow Photo they working there, they know themselves. They were against George Weah in the 2005. I sat with Ambassador Weah, his wife says Clara, his son on my left, Cham on my left.
Yeah.
And I was doing an interview. And he asked me, I want you to come to Liberia. You know what I told him?
No.
I said, no, Ambassador, because my wife just had a child. I just got a daughter. I can't leave. They called my wife from Florida. And you know what the woman going to tell you? Oh, yeah, he can go. I said, listen, no, man. And sis Clara, in her quote, she said, George, the man don't want to go. But my problem was, and I told him, I said, Mr. Ambassador, if I follow you, I'm not just going to be a photographer.
Okay.
I say I love to talk.
All right.
And you know what I'm saying? I'm a community organizer.
All right.
And you know, and other people know what I do in community when it comes to programs and other things. So I said no, and I left it, and I started supporting him. So what I used to do, I do with pictures, he bring videos, I do. So everything, Joshua, even when his mother-in-law died, Joshua called me from South Africa. He said, Munel, my mother-in-law died, I want you to do the video. I drove to New York, and I did the funeral for Sis Clara.
So you actually know George Weah personally?
Yes.
You guys are very close.
Yes. And let me tell you today, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to know someone, what they like and what they dislike. You don't have to. I don't have to live with you for 10 years.
Okay.
I'm the kind of person I can spend a week with you.
Okay.
Like you, Prince, I know you too good because we spend more time together, working together.
Okay.
Okay. So, I did the first video for Timothy Weah.
Okay.
When he was invited on a training ground, when he was 14 years old for the United States national team in Mercer County, he called me. But you see what people say? I'm the kind of person, and people know me in this country, I don't do things for money.
All right.
People who know I did weddings, I did other things. I do not just charge. I help people because you know I look at the big picture.
So why do you believe that George Weah is not the rightful president?
Okay, now I'm getting there.
Okay.
Now I sat down. 2011, he decided to go as vice president. Okay, there was a book. There was a move. You see, elected post is not position like you're applying for position, they demoting you. No, I don't consider that. So after that election, I personally told him on the phone, we were talking, I said, why can't you just run for senator since there was a space? Because you understand how government works. Because you understand government is not an organization, not a company where you make a decision and that's it. You're dealing with the 3 branches of government. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when George Weah became senator and I started to monitor him, that's why I felt discouraged. I said, I thought this senatorial position should have been a springboard. You understand? In a sense, no matter what, George Weah can feed himself. Refuse this money, turn your salary, take your salary and spread out to schools. You know what I'm saying? Let the people know what you're doing.
But how do you know he wasn't doing
He never did it. Yeah, like the politicians. Politics is not church.
Yeah, because
when you gave your time in church, it's between you and God. When you shake a man's hand, when you're a politician, if you shake a man's hand, the entire world got to know I shook your hand because
you know that George Weah was sponsoring a lot of students, a lot of people in school.
It's not. Listen, I don't want to go into that.
Okay.
That was his personal thing he was doing.
Yeah, from his pay. I'm talking about from the paycheck now.
From his paycheck.
From the Senate, the money he was receiving. That's what we was hearing on during the election.
Okay, listen.
He was humanitarian.
That is something.
He was sending money, paying people school fees. He wasn't taking money. The money that was coming to the office was being shared to people to help them. All of that.
Okay.
So
that is something that people say.
Okay. Yep.
Anybody can come on and say, Munel doing this, doing that. You getting it?
Okay.
Ain't librarian love proof? Librarian, if I tell you what to do, they say, you got proof? Let us see it. Let us see it. In politics, you do not hide. It's a public thing.
Yeah, but
listen, Mr. Anderson. In politics, you don't go behind the scene to do good. Let the public see you what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
People said Ambassador Weah went into refugees camp.
Is that correct?
He visited refugee camp.
That's what.
And guess what? And I challenge, and I will challenge people again. This is not about hatred. If anybody can present a photo of Ambassador Weah standing in a refugee camp just in front of Liberians, I would publicly apologize, and I would never ever appear on social media anymore.
Okay, let's go to where we the report. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Okay, let me come here and ask you for George Weah. George Weah, you know, yeah, but hold on 1 minute, Charles. Hold on the line 1 minute. You telling me that a president who worth $85 million don't have money to go to refugee camp or to help people and to do things? That's what you're saying? The president, you know the president worth.
Okay, let me say this.
You know the president worth $85 million, right? Okay. You know that, right?
I don't know. Listen, if you know, no, I don't know.
The campaign.
I don't know.
The campaign.
No.
1 second, we got a call coming in. Let me see who's calling. Call out your name and where you calling from. Call out your name and where you calling from.
My name is Brisbane. I'm calling from Philadelphia.
Okay, hold on 1 minute on the line. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know.
Okay.
His personal.
No, because you're a personal friend.
Listen.
Listen,
being a personal friend, I got no do with
because you
finance.
see, let me say this to you.
Give me a chance.
Before you go ahead, let me say this to you. I want the audience to understand something. I want people to be aware, because people who are close to George Weah, who was close to George Weah, all this time George Weah had all the money, he had everything. Everybody knew that George Weah was rich. He had this. He was a good guy. But all of a sudden, after George Weah started running and certain people didn't have the opportunity to be in the cycle of George Weah, they're all coming back, and people saying that they're coming back, and they coming with serious backsplash, and they're angry, and they say so. They're going back and saying, well, the men are correct, the men are this, the men are that, and the men are so. So that's why I'm asking.
Okay, we got two group of people.
Because you are a personal friend.
We got two group of people.
Okay.
We got people who supported George Weah in this election.
Okay.
And turning against George Weah.
Uh-huh.
We got people who supported him before and decided not to be part. Let me tell you today, I knew that George Weah was going to be president.
Oh, you knew that?
Yes.
Okay.
Because of the citizens that we have in our country.
Okay.
But when I came out, I would not call names, but I would call one person's name. When he called me and said, Ambassador Weah, I want to talk to you, it was Lrtn here first. I said, my man, the man get my number. I told him, I said, the man got my number. When Ambassador Weah called me, he said you were in London. He said, Mune, man, you know, campaign will soon start. I need some pictures and this. And I told him, I said, well, Chief, I said, no, I just said, Ambassador, all my stuff I put, but this coming election, I'm not in politics. I just what I told him. I was in the bathroom, and I told him.
You're always in the bathroom.
Yes, especially in the morning. So he said, listen, man. I said, okay, we talk for long. I said, but what are you doing? He said, anyway, I can never catch my flight. I know him when he won't brush the topic off. So and I was it. And seriously, I decided not to put my hands in it. You know what I'm saying? But I knew. But when I went through, you see, you know people two different ways. I know you personally, or I can read about you.
So there was nothing personal.
There was not.
You don't want nothing.
I'm telling you personally.
Job, if you
listen, if you take the politics out of this thing, I love George Weah.
Okay.
If you take politics out,
yeah,
I will tell you today, nobody can tell me George Weah.
Okay.
I love him.
Yeah.
We used to do a lot of stuff. When I say a lot of stuff, I used to imagine paying my way go to Minnesota for what? Who can ask me? I say, can't go to a wedding. I just go.
Yeah.
But because of the love and what he used to say before, when George Weah said that he admired Mandela, he said Mandela said, "My son, I'm just a messenger."
Okay. Before we take the caller on the ground, let me ask you something, right? Do you think the George Weah surrounding, the people that are around George Weah, everybody keep crying, the surrounding. Do you think the surrounding is affecting George Weah?
It is.
Seriously?
It is. In every leadership, let me tell you today.
Okay.
In leadership, your eyes and your ears are the people that surround you.
Yeah.
But as a leader, you got to be very smart. That's why they tell you, a leader got to have wisdom. You got to be far-sighted person.
Okay.
Not everything they tell you, you got to buy it.
Okay.
Leaders listen to every thing that come to him, like every suggestion, and he look into that suggestion and picks the one he want to take out and release it out. Okay. At the end of the day, it come on you. You see, if I was setting in Liberia, you know, everything happening in America, they can't hold Donald Trump alone because there's a federal state. They are governors. In Liberia, the president appoints the superintendent, the mayor, everything. So the president ears is all over. The president knows exactly what happened in the country.
Okay, so everything that's going on, the president is aware.
You will hold the president responsible.
So his surrounding. Okay.
That the first thing we do. But we got 3 branches of government.
Okay.
If the president is doing wrong, you know the first branch of government?
The legislature.
The legislature, they are very powerful.
Okay.
But when you look in the legislature, they are more partisan than to represent the people that voted for them.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me hold you right there. Call your name or on 215 number. How you doing, my brother? I'm sorry for holding you up, man. We too much. We tied up in too much thing.
My brother in there.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know what I pronounce anything wrong.
Yeah,
Monel. Let me put the name up so people can see him.
He said a lot of positive things before, and I like to see, I like to hear some of the negative things, and I grab one from him. Knowing him, knowing President Weir, and President now, something I grabbed from my brother, which is he's saying that George Weir surrounding.
Okay.
It's not perfect. But what's his suggestion to our president? Because it's not just a catch-up man to him. He needs some positive things.
Okay.
This president here, this president went to this place, that place, and that's the kind of man he noticed. So, what is suggestion to the president when it's around?
Okay, before you answer that question, Charles, you got anything to say on here? Quick, fast, before Money can respond. Hold on 1 second. Charles? Oh, go ahead, Money.
Okay, my brother, I heard what you just said. One of my suggestions, I will tell you, if you get into leadership, the first thing, you got to push this friendship and family business aside a little bit. Yes, you got to know who you're going to appoint, because whatever mistake they make out there will fall on you, the president. So you got to make sure you look for the bright and the brightest in every administration. Now, he took over our administration. He took over a government that already had a problem on corruption. Corruption at its peak, where the president, money going, losing, and she's taking responsibility, and nobody's saying nothing. So he also to look for the best people. You see, when you're too close to people and you give them positions, sometimes they don't respect you. But you should look for the best finance minister, one of the best economists. You can check around and look and see if it calls you to sign a contract with that person and say, listen, I need a 4 years plan or 5 or 6 years plan. If you don't come up with this, you'll be responsible. If you do this, this is what you're going to get. Because nobody going to leave their job that they feeding their family and just run into Liberia because they're going to appoint you, and then when they're ready to fire you, they fire you from a tire shop, and then you're not coming back again. So look for the good people. We always just appoint people based on I know you or because I'm close to the president. I will tell you, my brother, if even Joe Weir can call me and say can't work, the first thing, I'm qualified to be no finance minister. I'm qualified to be no finance minister or commerce minister. So I would not even want to accept it. That means you're trying to tell me, say, just go there and do what you can do and steal. But I think I can fall in other places that it will be better for me. Because I know the president already. Why would I want to just be closer to this president? They got the Secretary of State, which is the State Minister, McGill. He's the chief of staff to the president. His role is very, very important. He's between the president, the legislatures, the Senate, the judiciary, and other government ministries that he responsibility. Whether he performing it. You get Emmanuel Shaw as one of the economic advisors. We all knew Emmanuel Shaw. He's a businessman, and we know what he did to do. And you recycling the same people. They got qualified Liberians in Liberia. Let me tell you, my brother. The president need not to come to America to look for someone else or look for anybody. If you take anybody from America, that person should be exceptional. That person should be so bright, and that person should know the record. Not to just can't take me from one group home because I'm manager in the group home, and because 10 years ago I work in finance ministry, so I can go back to finance ministry. That's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? So they just leave with the president to look for the good people.
I will not stay long on the line.
Yeah, go ahead.
I get one more question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
I appreciate the answer from you. Let me commend you for that. But this is the second question I have. You said something. When I took on, this is why I took. I'm taking serious exception. Or when you said that we should come up with one photo of
Yeah.
And that in which caught me. I wanted to say, oh, it makes sense. But two days I said, no, it makes sense because during those days, it will hard for all to come across each kind of camera of me, but I got one proof. And the proof I had my little brother was living with me in my house who were playing for IE. I mean, who were playing for Barrow, and he was on the national team. And I know you know that guy, and you heard this story between he and the goalkeeper doing this guy come. I don't know, Mr. Taylor Regine, President Taylor Regine. You remember before they could go for the World Cup?
The World Cup, yeah.
The World Cup, the accident that took place.
Yeah.
I think you remember that accident for the goalkeeper and Zizera and
yeah, Zizera, yeah.
Okay, these are proof that I'm saying that I'm not saying that money is divided, but that's a step he took over that made me to get in that credit. I was not there, but my late brother was on camp with there, and which was very critical on Mr. Weir because Mr. Weir did not want to sign certain contract for me, and I was mad. I said he didn't do well with us. But when we got to know that the steps he took, my brother came from camp. He said, "Look, this guy is fair." I said, "Why?" He said, "Look, President Taylor gave $10,000 for the car. But this is Rawa, I don't know, somebody, the goalkeeper, never wanted to share the money with, how to call the guy, man? He said, I mean, the goalkeeper didn't want to share this money. And when we got on camera,
Louis Creighton.
Thank you, Louis Creighton. He said Louis Creighton all the money. And he don't want to, being our pastor and all, he was giving the money. He said, you see that? He said, oh, was saying that, oh, this man, he just wanted to run loose style like a farm. He said, but when we get to know, he stood among us on camp. And he said, Louis, this is wrong. You can't be pushing the word of God. There is Zizera here. They pay for Zizera car. You can't share the money with Zizera. I'm looking at these kind of things. And coming on, rather than saying that kind of thing, how you think it'll be? It's not part of that. It's not something that you can get proof over him that know that he's not the kind of man that people portray us out there when it comes to finance era. I know it's not showing the value of money, but this part showing his positivity towards the Liberian people.
Okay, and when it comes to football, I will tell you, George Weah, at the time, he controls the national team. Let me tell you, the best national team when Doe was in power, when we're ready for players, we contact the team and we say we need our players down because that's FIFA rule and law. And then we'll send the players. Then Monaco will say, listen, man, please, we got a game on hand Friday, but George Weah, we will make sure that George Weah arrive in Liberia on Sunday. And then we'll agree. And they will charter a flight, and George Weah will arrive in the country on Saturday and Sunday morning and play. You understand? But right after the war, when things broke down, the only person we knew was George Weah. LFA will contact George Weah straight. Say, listen, the national team going to play. George Weah will make the selection for players. At that time, you get met at Thomas Kojo, who were living in America, were not even on a team. And George Weah had leverage because he was a big player. He was the biggest player ever. So anybody, especially when it comes to African players, they would listen to you. African coaches would listen to you. So George Weah would come and call the guys and send them down. And they would come to Ivory Coast or Ghana, and he would meet them there, and they would practice. And he had all leverage, everything. He would tell you not to play. Do you know what Tamabono played in the national team for? It's because of George Weah. George Weah told him he would not play again in Mauritania because he yelled at George Weah on the field and said, you giving us hard and stay on the top. People Batsman never continue again because he refused to get on the team because they kept him on the bench so long. After the goalkeeper got hurt, they say he should go there. He started refusing, and that was it. But yes, he would even one time he came on. He said Salensa would not play because Salensa was not showing some respect. Which, when it comes to football, football is dictatorship. Let me make you to understand that football is not democratic. The best player, the coach can look at the best player and set him down. You got nothing to say about it. So I'm not going to hold George Weah whether he controls national team. But when it comes to football, there is nothing a democracy in football. It's strictly dictatorship. I determine who play when I'm in charge of the national team. You understand? Which is true. And that's true. He made a decision that day. Most of the guys then, they left camp and they were to get drunk. I can't say George Weah took money from national team, from Ghana player and whatsoever, because Liberians, we sometimes say things which is not right. We assume that you are criminals. That is thing that we always doing, and it's wrong. So on the national team part, George Weah played his role. When things fell apart, George Weah was the only person who want to see on TV every Wednesday when AC Milan plays and they get George Weah named there, George Weah score one goal, or PSG, George Weah score one goal. Which is true.
So the question here is why you campaign against?
Okay, politics,
all the positive things about him.
My brother, let me
tell you all the positive things
say this in this public.
He was good. He was nice.
Listen,
he did all the good things.
If I'm the kind of person who wanted to go after people who get money, tell God thank you. God bless my brother. My brother worked so hard. My brother got money. My brother from my empire. I would have stick behind him and be marching behind him. But what God gave him is what God gave him. You do not envy nobody for the blessing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And I'm the one person, I do not envy people. If I wanted to go after people who really get money and I will get it easy from them anytime, that should be my brother. But I don't go after my brother for nothing.
Yes, but
that's my brother. Listen, that's my brother.
Yeah.
Then what about George Weah, who never paid my rent, my cell phone bill, my insurance, my whatsoever? It just on a mutual understanding and on politics. You see, in politics, I think with my head. And when I in my house, I think with my heart, because I can sometimes try to back my wife or my kids. But when you come to public life, not because I know you, Prince, when you're wrong, I should not tell you. I should be the one to tell you as a friend. That's the advantage I get with most of our friends in the community, where people can look at me and they insult my mom. You horrible it. You cross me up and I look at you, I say, no, something wrong. And which is truth. I don't get angry about it. I believe that maybe something make you to do it, and I will find out what's the problem. And you know what I'm talking about. So you got to accept, the day you enter into public life, they will scrutinize you. The people want to know which of the community you came from.
And just to let you know, Jacqueline Washington is saying that in Nigeria, President Weah helped them on the camp.
Let her show
on the refugee camp. Jacqueline, if you have a picture of that,
if she published a picture, I will personally send her 500.
I know Johnny Somo, I think Somo or something like that. So President Weah, they helped them in Nigeria. That's why she's saying.
Okay, I'm saying it's a simple thing. Look, you said, my brother, you said that there were no camera those days. Listen, as there is nobody that love pictures equal to George Weah. You don't make George Weah got so popular. George Weah never ran from the press when he was playing football. George Weah always in front of camera. Even when I with George Weah to a wedding in America, the first time I turn around, he know I got a camera. The first time I we look at each other, he pose. He knows straight I'm going to take pictures. But all the pictures I took of George Weah, hey, that's a personal thing, and I'm not going to even show to nobody. The videos, the whatsoever. But those days, everywhere George Weah steps, cameraman was behind George Weah from the day George Weah entered Monaco. George Weah never went to Liberia alone with all cameramen. He never went to Africa with all cameras. So I'm saying it now. George Weah helped people in Liberia. People left refugee camp and went to the hotel, the Kings Bay Hotel, where Lone Star was stopping. I went to that hotel. In fact, I videotaped Lone Star versus Algeria in Ghana. Lone Star versus Togo in Ghana. I videotaped that program. George Weah gave 50,000 CFA to go and get tips and whatsoever. I did that program. And Kevin Sebwe in Liberia now, his former wife, she was on my team. She was one of the commentators. You know what I'm saying? So all these things here we know. I don't have to, in our records, I'm saying, I don't hate this man. But the thing is that it comes to Liberia. We see people in Liberia. My brother, I can tell you right now, I can sit in a studio and order for pizza. I can tell you, say, I go home, I want to eat potato greens. The only thing I don't have control over is my life. I could die today at any time. But do you know how many persons in Liberia that spend 90% of the time every day hustling just to find food for the family to eat? They have increased.
So you honor early,
they have increased.
The early administration that wasn't happening.
It was up, but it have increased. Listen to me, it have increased instead of going down. Yes. No, early it was there, but instead of 10, it went 20. You know what I'm saying? It increased. But listen, this is the thing. Sometimes we blame ourselves. Somebody say Liberia is their own problem. We are enemies to ourselves. That's truth. Because our people don't know. But I will tell you today, the problem we got in Liberia is leadership problem from day one. We always overrate people. We sometimes we got 20% of patriotic Liberians who are so fair, and they put other people in front and they sit in the back and make sure your life is good. And we got 20% who just like the wave. They look at it, they say, oh, my man will be correct, I will go this way, or I will go this way. They got the other 60 to 65% who cannot afford it, my brother.
Okay.
Whatever you give them, they will follow you. You gave them money. Okay, I was in Liberia for election, and I saw it firsthand. I visited 17 districts in Montserrat County, the biggest county in Liberia, and with the 17 district. One district alone is so big like District 17. Todi. I spent a week in Todi. I went 17. I went all over and I saw the way people live.
So people are not living good.
They were not living. And then guess what? All these things you do for these people in Liberia, they still want the physical cash on the day of the voting. People came and said, oh, Papa, we'll go vote to $5. I said, what do you mean? They will go and take the picture, they do selfie in the voting room, and for true, according to Ernest Crook, they will do it and they will come to you, get the money to them, and they walk up. And Neck will tell you the same thing. Neck said, Jack gave me, I was looking for 3,580 pool workers. That means I got 2 pool workers to every station. People came from Neck and told me that if I can give them $5 for all my people, they will hire my people. That means they will make my people coordinator. I said, what? They put not joking. And I saw some put a pointer finger. You see the guy get what 3 horses, the guy get 2 from the neck. Everybody hustling in that country.
Now you're telling me that
it's corrupt. So we're looking at the president alone. But from our legislatures, our judicial system. So, and let me tell you today, my brother, listen.
The entire
you know 2 groups.
Can I ask you?
Yeah.
How you consider alike? You know you said, how you consider the people say that? Let's forget about the lawmaker there. How will people behaving to themselves? Because if you go down there,
yeah,
and they're calling for this kind of thing, you use to agitate on the jails, man. What kind of agitate? The agitate use on there, and that is true. How you look at it?
The thing is that they don't know.
Hold on 1 second before you go ahead with that question. Let me read this. Somebody's saying something here. I got let me see this person saying hold on 1 second. Let me read the comment.
We did not take photo in refugee camp.
That's what no. The other person say J. Rennie Dapo saying then why you campaign against him? This guy is not telling the truth. And the person said Washington watching from with you, or Washington watching with you. Okay. And the person saying, okay, I don't want to read that comment because
okay, let me go to Dapo question. I will come back to you, my brother. Dapo say why camping against him?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Let me see the person say we didn't take photos. Okay, they didn't take photos. I think you saw that. On any government, we have United Nations. We have United Nations. I don't know what the right.
Yeah, they have. What you say? They have a lot of NGOs.
So Moni, let me ask you something. With all what we're talking and we're saying here, you're telling me that Joe Weah is not qualified to become the president? No.
What make you qualified to be president of Liberia? It's not degree.
Okay.
It's not the school you went to. Okay, they say you got to be 35 years old.
We got a little kid in the studio and he's here with his dad. Let's take a little quick break. We'll be right back. And we'll continue on the so just hold on tight and let's see what the little man wants.
What happened, Noah?
Yeah? Somebody calling you.
Yeah, don't talk to them. Cut it off. Cut it off.
Soon on day break like your face I wanna see. I just wanna be loving you.
Hello? Okay, my fellow. Oh, Wilfred, right? Wilfred, hold on 1 second. Wilfred, you there?
Morning, baby. Got a song for you, yeah. Morning, baby.
Okay, so that's
Morning, baby. When you smile, the whole world freeze. Hold on. When you post, no need to say cheese. Oh no, no. Your beauty that newsletter and carry the cheese. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
For the inconvenience, listen, we got a little kid in the studio. Also, you hear my mic on back and forth, and you know when the little kids in the studio, we got daddy daycare in here too. So we're trying to make sure we do our own part when it comes to Liberia. Let me ask you and the caller on the line. There is something I want to ask you guys, right? Did you listen to Henry Costa this morning? Henry Costa is leading a campaign called Save the State. And according to what Henry Costa said, they have been talking. And people have been talking, have been trying to make recommendations on everything. The president is not listening. So they want to come up with a mass protest, giving demands to the president and asking him to meet up with those demands. What's your take? What's your take on that? You talking about, you know, the president personally.
Okay.
And you saying you also admitted that his surrounding is not appropriate. All right. So do you think that's the right thing to do? Do you think we reached to the stage where we had to come up with a mass protest to get the president's attention?
Okay.
And
you see,
and yeah, go ahead with that now.
Mr. Anderson,
yeah.
the president made one statement
Okay.
when he was inducted into office.
Okay.
He said, I will lead Liberia according to the Constitution.
Okay, Constitution, yeah.
And I tell you, that's the only thing I took out of that whole thing.
Okay.
And you see, one thing is that I myself am guilty of, I never really sat down to go through the Liberian Constitution.
Okay.
But when the president said that on the whole speech,
okay,
that what clicked my mind. And I started to go through our Liberian Constitution. And I noticed in our Constitution, there was things there for the citizen, and there were a lot there for the president. Lot. The president is very powerful in Liberia. The president of Liberia is very powerful.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, 61, Article 61 of our Constitution, United States, no former president will be prosecuted for any criminal act or anything that happened during his time. You know what they put it there for? That thing was put there in 1986 because of the PRC government. So and today it's still there. You can prosecute Ellen.
Yeah.
But you can audit Ellen. You can audit her. But you can't prosecute her. You can prosecute her. So now you can't do nothing to Joshua either too. You can prosecute him in a way that you think you can just do it. Now, when you look at Article 1 of that Constitution, is the most powerful one. The citizen is the responsibility. If the government is not doing well according to them, they can assemble. I don't want to say protest. Protest, it sounds bad. You understand? If the people in Liberia think they want to march and petition the government and say, Mr. President, we think this. But the only thing I tell anybody will be against, you can't tell me, say, you call upon the president to resign.
No, the protest is not about resign.
Okay. I don't want to hear people, I don't even condone it, that I will assassinate the president or I will do this to the president. That bold nonsense. We can't do that. He was elected for a term which is 6 years.
Okay.
If you're not okay, you go to the ballot box. But people got the notion that in Africa, you can't win or incumbent. And still, I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? I still don't believe it. If you play your cards right, if you do your homework, you can. So if they want to assemble, on that day, it's up to them. But sometimes we got to be very careful. We're too emotional. Take your friendship, take your heart, and put it one side and speak the truth. Where the president going wrong, you say it. The president need to talk to the people of Liberia. I will tell anybody today.
Okay, hold on one second. Call your name and where you calling from. You calling from New Jersey, right? Okay, Crispy, we're going to give you the opportunity to speak. Crispy, we're going to give you the opportunity to speak. So go ahead before you or you can come again.
Okay, all right. I want to thank you guys for the show.
Okay.
It's good we have to talk about Liberia and stuff.
Okay.
The guest that is talking, saying that Joshua has not been helping people, talking against Joshua, he's never been to refugee camp and stuff and things. He's looking for a video, that's what he said. There's a picture of evidence to get somebody back on the data. I can give him a reference. Tell him to go to YouTube and Google Joshua biography or check for Joshua visiting Bluebird Camp, Liberia Bluebird Camp, visiting the same camp what the girl talk about in Nigeria, so he will see the Joshua he's talking about. I know he knows Joshua personally when he goes to her. I know he knows Joshua because he used to be an enrollment behind Joshua, but that's not the case. When it comes to fairness like he said, when it comes to Liberia, you know, one thing I always tell you people is if you lose today does not mean you can't be the next leader, or does not mean you have to castigate the other person before you become a next leader. You know, betray the law. What is the point? What happened? What did I do wrong? After I helped these people, after I do this, after I build this person, what did I do wrong this time around?
So you think he has some personal? You think he has some personal beef with we are? That's why he's saying that. He coming up with that. Do you think that this guy in the studio have a personal beef with Weir? That's why he's coming up to criticize Weir?
I believe because the way people talk, that's how I kind of like, take it out there,
Okay.
Because when you talk, like you say, if you want to go after somebody, your brother has a lot of money, you're going to go after your brother. But I think you can after just Weir in your talking. You should be based on your own point to deliver. I know if you go to the next election, you should be based on your own self to get your point across, not just your own point. Every man get his negative. Like you down there have your own stuff, is they wrong. I have my stuff out there wrong. But if you're based on next man's stuff that is they wrong, and you're going to use that and utilize it to be your campaign plan so that people will look up to you or to make the man look ugly, then that's where the problem comes in.
Yeah, but listen now, he's not.
You should be thinking about putting yourself on the platform. Yourself.
Yeah, but
Okay.
no, hold on 1 minute. But Carter, listen to me. He's not trying to run for public office. He said he ran campaign for his brother, so he's not running for public office.
Okay,
Let me give you the
friend,
chance to respond.
I respect your view and thanks for coming up. But the first thing, when George Weah was just a regular George Weah, nobody talked about George Weah. But because George Weah decided to run for president, he's public figure right now. He's a president of Liberia, and I'm citizen of Liberia. That's my right to criticize the president. I'm not insulting the president, but you look at the action, you look at the president's action and tell. If it's going to be good on Christmas Day, you tell from the eve. So if I'm criticizing President Weah right now, it's nothing personal. It's not his private life I'm talking about. You never heard me talking about his family. You never heard me talking. I'm talking about his public life. Today, if I decided to get into politics, and people will scrutinize me from the day I was born or from the day I was selling bread in Lookington, people will bring it up. That doesn't mean that I have to get mad with them. That doesn't mean I have to go after them. I mean, hate me. No. People will say it. That's the beauty of democracy. So I don't want you to come up and say that maybe I hate George Weah or are saying things and criticizing George Weah. George Weah is the president of Liberia. And I'm not even calling for his resignation. I'm not calling for anything. I would love to see George Weah doing good. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. You said it was during George Weah time. I mean, George Weah got in power, so I don't know, is the poverty rate increased? That's what you said, according to you right now. I was hearing you.
No, he said early time it was tough, but George Weah time it have increased.
It's just like if your unemployment rate
it's getting worse.
If your unemployment rate was 10 and you took over and it went to 12, what's the difference?
How did you get to find out? How did you get to do your mouth?
Well, excuse me, was the people what?
Okay, okay, well, excuse, okay,
all that stuff into your mouth. How did I mean? What kind of system that you use, or what kind of I don't know what to say, or machine, or what thing you test?
So hold on. Okay, hold on 1 minute, caller. Okay, hold on 1 minute, caller. Also, we have another brother on. Wayfair, you there? Wayfair, you on? Okay, Wayfair. Okay, Wayfair, let me give you an opportunity to respond. Can you close up so I can let you go because we gotta wrap this thing up?
Yeah, okay. To our single guest in there, he said a lot of things that make sense. Some of them I still stand against my wall that we need to further. But this is not take power or real politician. I always say this. I know where he's coming from right now because his background sitting in the studio there for a conversation I start grabbing him, knowing that's his own friend, best friend. But right now I want him to look at this president as some movie star that we bring it into politics. And we made that mistake. Our seat not going to be run like a normal seat. Like, for example,
Donald Trump.
Barack Obama and Donald Trump, you see here is quite different. So, for me, my advice, I love the suggestion they're making, but I want him to actually look at things on the other side, like for the second term, and reshuffling takes a little bit of time. Like I can come into office, you can just grab me and put me to that studio. You think I would know all the body and things to test? It would take me time to take. Maybe I'll be my year. I will do some good job, but it will not be the one that like when people really expect of me. This is all I am asking. The remedial supporter of him who feed him down at it because I want him to audit the election before. I know when I was speaking, I know who would pray for me. And when I did, who would come behind me, behind the closet and tell me, say, hey, President, you make mistake here. But not everybody did that. And I may commend him for the bold step, but I want him to look at some things and take it on the other side, why they were on the other side. So this is what I will say thank you to you guys.
Okay.
And I hope he continue giving good suggestions to the president. As I respect that he say forever. I see I know he feels straight that he's not coming with no kind of insult. This is what we need for the Liberian people.
Oh yeah.
I don't care if the men are your best friend, respect him. So let me say thank you to the studio guests there and thank you to the moderator.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Money. You answer.
You know, people say that.
Thank you, you can go now.
They say, Munel, man, you knew this president. I think you just ought to stand by the president or don't say anything.
Yeah.
And just don't say nothing. Don't criticize and just sit back. But Prince, in life, if you don't stand for something, then you don't stand for nothing.
That's correct.
And in life, when you decide to get into public life, your community organizer and whatsoever, and people try to respect you, you got to be fair to people. Nobody here is perfect.
Yeah.
We all did some things that might end up harming us in the future.
Okay.
And I would say this, people who left CDC because of certain reason is on them, not on me. I was never a member of CDC.
Okay.
And I'll make it clear
you
today.
Member from,
No. I registered with one political party in Liberia in 19...
Do you remember what unit party?
UPP.
Oh, because you supported, also you were just supporting communists?
I supported George Weah.
Okay.
Friend of George.
That was before.
I supported communists who I never met before.
Okay.
I only went through all their platforms.
Okay.
You understand?
And you also supported Joseph Boakai?
No, in the second round. I supported Joseph Boakai. In the second round, I gave my support to Joseph Boakai.
All right.
But let me tell you today, when I was running that campaign, and I would say it, behind closed door, like when we were talking, I say according to Liberia's situation, Joe, we are going to win the election. Because you could see it, Ellen supporting, everybody supporting. But what I was fighting for, and that's what we need to do. You see our people, they make the decision in Liberia on election day, but they are not being conscientized. They don't know what they vote for. They vote for you because you're so nice and you walk into that community and you're one of the men who bring rice for them. That's it. Good. And I always tell the opposition today, if you want to run in 2023, you should start your work right now. The Liberian men should see your face over and over.
So you say for the past 12 years, for the past 12 years, you think the people haven't learned anything? They don't know who's the real people?
No.
Because George Weah been there.
No.
He been with them.
What George Weah had, no politician.
George Weah went in the dungeon with them.
Let me tell you.
George Weah supported
Wait.
George Weah did a whole lot of things in Liberia. Go ahead.
You see Liberia, when they love you, they love you. Before, when we were playing football, when Georgia was playing football, everybody said Liberian celebrity. You know what they call Liberian celebrity star? No.
Oh, Salinsa?
James Salinsa Diba.
Yes, Salinsa Diba.
Now, Salinsa all over. George was there. George became MVP in 1987 with IE. But when George went to Europe, went to Tournelle, before going to Monaco, when he came back in the country, the way he presented himself to the people, the crowd, he down to earth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So people start loving him. But then when Salinsa left and came back, his attitude towards the people, everybody started looking at Joshua. All the beginners running to Joshua, you know?
Yeah.
Running to Joshua. He was the celebrity of Liberia. He was
the hero.
The eye of Liberia when it comes to soccer out there.
Yeah.
All the way we were fighting war and whatsoever. He was so popular. No politician get in Liberia. Joshua is so popular. If Joshua just slow down, people will slow down him. But Joshua is popular. I told people, I said, listen.
So if Joshua run for the next election, you believe he's
going to win? If Joshua put his house in order,
he's going to win the next election.
Listen, he got two things to his advantage. One, people got it saying that you can't win or incumbent. The president of Liberia appoints the election commission.
So you're not going to rig now. You're not talking about
give me a chance.
All right.
Do you know what his name, the election commission right now?
Yeah, no,
you know he ran for representative on Unity Party ticket before, and he lost.
Oh, what's his name?
That means Kokoya.
Kokoya.
He was a Unity Party president. Early
appointed him. Yeah.
So George, we are getting right to just look at maybe 12 or Molu and say, you election commission, what you do?
Yeah, but you're not talking about raking. You're not talking about raking.
I'm never said raking.
Okay.
I said the president has the right.
You have the right.
Okay.
But being that the president appoints you, it doesn't give you the right to think that you can rig the election.
Okay. If you rig the election, what can you do?
You can go to court. They got a court.
You go to court, what can you do? Listen to me. You see why people fight for the Supreme Court? You see in America today, why Donald Trump fighting for setting people together in the Supreme Court, and when they take in the Supreme Court, you win. Now listen, the same thing happened in Liberia.
Okay.
Once you get a house, right now Donald Trump got the Senate, and he believed in the Supreme Court because he put two presidents there already. You getting it?
Yeah.
Every president fight for that two positions. In Liberia, George Weah got the representative. They will not do nothing. They will not go against him. The Supreme Court, he's going to appoint somebody there again. You can't just go against the president. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that one is all over. Every president want to protect himself. Now, if you want to win, if Joshua don't play his card the way it's supposed to be played, it will be a tough election. He could win. You know what I'm saying? Or they could change the result. And I pray to God it shouldn't bring any problem. But if you as an opposition going to wait for 1 year and you won't go run, Joshua will beat you like a market dog, because you know what? They already know Joshua. Joshua just need to go back to the people in that same place and tell them, say, listen, these Munel men are running against me.
Yo, so you rather be with
5 years, 5 years ago, he said, I was messing up, but he showed his face to you.
Yeah.
Now, election coming now, he won't show his face.
Yeah.
But if you start and you visit looking down over and over and over, if George we are trying anything, they point looking down, say,
hold on 1 minute, we got to call your name and where you calling from. Hello? Call your name and where you calling from. Okay. Okay. Yeah, what's your name? What's your name, please? Okay, Cannibal. Okay. Hold on 1 second, Cannibal. We got another caller on the line. Hold on 1 second. Let me bring it in. Okay, hello. Your name and where you calling from, caller? Yeah. Okay, somebody got a back. Somebody got to load their radio to the back. Somebody got to load their radio, please. It's giving us serious sunny here. 21, I think 215 or 267. 612 number. 612 number. What's your name again? Oh, Herbert Fix. Okay, hold on 1 minute, Herbert Fix. Okay, go ahead, Cannibal. We'll have it. Just to let you know, caller with the Cannibal name, we got another Cannibal on the show here, so go ahead. It's nice to have another Cannibal on the show. Yeah, go ahead, caller. Okay, all right, go ahead, Cannibal.
power. The people think I'm strong with power.
Okay.
And Liberian people sit back and not say anything. One of the things here that people have been over the years in Nigeria is the fact that, you know, we want to practice democracy. If you say we want to run a democratic country, people should be free to express themselves. People should be free to give their opinion, whether it is in their brother and sister or not. But Liberian people got the tendency that when you know somebody in the presidential office, you see a young person say, oh, he's doing the man, and you power, that's why the man say what he say. So all the other ways you look at Georgia, just even Nigeria, we all know Georgia somehow, some way. But the thing there is Georgia is not doing a good job for the people. Look at the economy. The economy is completely destroyed in that country. The economy in Georgia is not doing nothing to bring these people together, to bring people like what that rightly said. Why would you take somebody like Emmanuel Shaw and bring Emmanuel Shaw into a government that you want to see prosperity? Emmanuel Shaw is not a transparent person. I know Emmanuel Shaw very well. Not only Emmanuel Shaw alone, Jessica Finney. Jessica Finney was voted on the office in Grand Bassa County. That is that Jessica Finney. I'm here to say these people are the only educated people, or those are the only people that make it in our country to do anything. But you know, I just wanted to add my voice to this whole debate about people being that job we are so the east of Liberia and that nobody's doing anything. So I just wanted to add my voice to that. Nobody hates Georgia.
Okay.
Georgia president says about his Daddy. Because there is no reason why there is no tangible reason.
Okay.
But the fact that people think that people cannot criticize Georgia as president of Liberia, I think is completely absurd, and people need to understand that.
Okay. All right. Thank you, caller. Thank you, caller from Liberia, and we hope you have a wonderful time in Liberia. Let's come back to my brother have a fix on the line from. Wow. I'm telling you. Long time. Happy to hear your voice too, my brother. You got Manel on here, and we're so happy to hear your voice. And I wish I could bring you on live so people can see your face.
Yeah, I just wanted to address the issue that your colleague, the guy that's sitting by you, he said something that actually prompted me to actually call you.
Okay.
The thing you need to understand is the institution of Liberia is broken. And as far as I'm concerned, the institution is not broken. Since the war,
Yes.
as far as that guy's even soil. So when you ask him about, you know, when people break election, and he was like, well, what can you do? You know, it's sad for him to even say that because as far as I'm concerned, there's supposed to be some form of rule of law in the country.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you went to reference about Donald Trump putting someone in the Supreme Court. Yeah, every president protects himself, don't get me wrong. But the difference between this country that we all live in now and the country that we all used to love is the people in this country, they are patriots. Yeah, you have some people who try, you understand, to break the system, you know, to go around the system. But you still have people in this country that still respect the rule of law.
Yes.
And they will not tolerate certain things. That's why this current president is having a hard time.
Having a hard time. That's correct.
If that was the case, they would have turned over the Affordable Care Act a long time ago because guess what? You still got more Republicans, you understand, that sit on the Supreme Court. So even with that analogy, in my opinion, is wrong. You understand? The fact is, in Nigeria, we need opposition because opposition is checks and balance.
Yeah.
You can't say because one is president, he doesn't need checks and balance. He's not the boss of the law now. He quoted the Constitution. Look at Article 62 of the Liberian Constitution. It talks about any president that accepts bribery, you understand, treason, to be impeached. My question is, of this 50 billion or whatever billion that got missing, you understand?
Yeah.
What state, you know, have they ever done a ton of investigation? That's all I got to say, Prem.
Okay.
Fix. No, let me stay there. Let me stay there.
Yeah, let's talk into you too. Let's talk into you.
Don't go.
Okay, hold on one second, Fix.
Listen, what I said, I think we almost were saying the same thing. America came into it
because I said that the president of Liberia appoints the election commissioner. I said because people of the belief that in Africa you can't win an incumbent. They still got good people in Liberia. But you see the house in Liberia, our legislators who's supposed to do check and balance on the president, they're not doing anything. So the question he asked me, I said, even if they break the election, what will you do? He said, you go to Supreme Court. I said, the president already pushing to put who he want to put in Supreme. They still got good people. As much as we don't like Kabina Janet, he was a rebel. But Kabina Janet he applied the law when it came to certain things. Even when it came to that taxes, he applied the law. But what happened today? Out of politics, he had been voted out and impeached. And which is true, they can impeach the president when he takes a bribe. That's true. But are they going to do it? So I'm not going to, I don't think about it because the House will never bring it up in Liberia. You see, that's what I'm trying to say. I just want to compare that. But he wanted me to say maybe they will steal the election,
no,
and I don't want to just believe it.
We are not
because
trying
I'm sure
to
they still got good people in Liberia who will come out and say the truth. Whether majority say this, but they will end up saying the same truth. So I think you myself were almost on the same thing, but I never
and I just want to let you know, Monel and myself and Fix on the line. I got Kwame Primpe in Ghana saying he's watching from the chop bar in Accra, so he want to send a greeting out to us. So thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much, and happy to see you on the line.
My other friends still on the line.
No, he left. Thank you so much, Fix. Okay, and let's keep in touch.
There's another guy who was on the line say that.
No, before you.
I should check on Facebook. No, I should check on YouTube.
Okay.
And while I'm here, I've been checking the entire YouTube and Google.
Okay.
And still, I can't see one picture of the president in Ghana at the time he was a professional player, or at the refugee camp.
Yeah.
I'm still checking. I said George, we are in refugee camp in Nigeria. Nothing came up. The only still showing UNICEF something. And they're showing George, we are holding his trophy.
You know what? I'm going to do a research.
So do your research.
I want to do a research.
Do your research. It's not that I'm trying to say.
I'll come back.
What I'm trying to say is that, sometimes we give information out because I'm in a situation. Someone asked the same question about Cummins. Nobody knew Cummins in Liberia.
No.
But Cummins, the people who supported Cummins had to do something for people to know Cummins Liberia. So they start having a foundation. They start building this. They start doing this. So why George Weah don't even need to build a well?
No.
George Weah didn't have to put a dig a well in Liberia for people to know. Thank you.
People knew him.
Now, that is the situation. So Cummins had to do all these things and spend more money for people to know them. And that's what Liberian people looking at.
But what about the vice president who already knew? People knew the vice president for 12 years.
Which one?
The vice president.
Not there?
No, I'm not talking about.
Oh, yeah. The people knew Joseph, but let me tell you something. Vice president is a ceremonial position. And he's what happened to our vice president. Wait.
Listen now.
And he's what happened to our vice president. That shit is so comfortable. You do not make decisions when the president is still in charge. The president is in charge.
You can make decisions, but
you can't do nothing.
You have influence.
You cannot be.
You have some form of influence.
You cannot be.
There's no way you can be vice president.
Excuse
me. Tell me you don't have
in
influence.
Africa.
Okay.
You can't be more celebrity than the president.
You can to the back. You can talk.
No. You say to the back. When you to the back,
that's what I say.
We hear you.
Influence.
No, that means we're not going to hear you. If you ask the vice president, she say everything fine. If you ask the president, the president say everything fine. We hear the vice president.
Yeah, but at the back you can be able to talk. You have some influence to say, listen.
Now, but let's go back to the division.
Okay.
They hit in Liberia to the brother.
It's getting serious.
You know who can solve that problem?
The president.
Only the president.
Only the president.
I will tell you today when the president come out. You know what really surprised me?
I don't want to say only the president, but at least he can take the lead.
Because when our president say it's white, the people in CDC believe it's white. You know what I got shocked? When Adolph Lawrence died, I was watching the Facebook pages, all the comments. Yes, and he said, again, Joria, a coup for he died. In fact, a lot of also died. People start making statements. Now, I think the president was supposed to come up and say, listen, I'm president of Liberia. He's not president of CDC. The president, when he travel and come back to brief the country, you're not supposed to go into Bangura Church and address the country.
Yeah, but money, you know the president very well. The president he said that don't judge me by my eloquence.
We not forget about eloquence. Do you know how many American presidents
do you know the president
make mistakes when they preaching?
Do you know the president will be somebody who talk a lot or who sit down and voice things up all the time?
When y'all sit, listen to me.
Is he the president? The way he's built.
Listen.
Don't get me wrong. Now you know that. You even know that for the 12 years, we were in Liberia and Ellen was president.
He never
We were never
criticized.
critical on
He
any
never
government.
criticized
The
Ellie.
only person that was talking was Jefferson Koji, Moruba Molu.
Look at me.
I didn't even know about Samuel
I want to
Touré.
tell you this today.
But, yeah.
I want to tell you this. Thomas
So-
Touré was the first CDC chairman
Okay.
in America.
Okay, but I'm telling you, even George Solo, certain people were talking.
Listen,
but the
listen.
president never came
That
out
is
to
the
him.
problem I got with CDC, the party.
Okay.
I'm not here to listen to Jefferson Koji. He's not the leader of the CDC.
But that's how it
Wait
started.
now, wait.
That's how it been.
Wait.
Uh-huh.
They all protected Joshua. Joshua is the quarterback for the team. He's the quarterback.
Okay.
He's the most valuable player. They protected him. They say, you don't have to talk, just go sit down. You don't have to say nothing. We will do the talking.
Okay.
That's how they did it.
All right.
And I will tell you today, even while running around, Joshua said it. He looked at Ellen Johnson at the time like a model. He couldn't criticize her.
You
I
always said
myself, one time I got vest was in Minnesota in the hotel.
He said that. You're
I
very
said, but-
respectful to her.
You don't have to insult her.
No, you never did
I
that.
said, but you can criticize her. You know what I'm saying? You can say things that are going wrong. Look, Joshua was, during Ellen time, Joshua was the second president. The president for the people and the president who runs the executive manager. People, he had that influence where Ellen had to put in a situation where he would calm things down.
That's why you're making peace in Basel.
Yes, they're making peace in
But he
basketball.
was
But
never
what we're trying to
critical.
say, he was never now. He's in charge.
Yeah.
You see, just how the other people are critical of Ellen. You hear any political leader really criticizing Joshua right now? No.
No.
You know who doing it?
No, people talk.
No. You know who doing it?
Communist talk
No,
about
wait.
it.
You.
No,
No, there is no.
Costa.
Forget about that. Listen, they are not political leaders.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say, when the last time you heard communists coming to Jeff Bash?
No.
Okay.
No.
Or Bromsky?
No, none of them.
Or Joe Boyka?
We don't even
Who
know what
doing
it
it?
exists.
Who doing it? That's other subsidiaries.
People
Other
in the party. and
Okay.
outside the party.
That's what happened with the
Concerned
CDC
citizen.
party. Let me tell you something. The freedom of speech, and I said it before, and anybody can go on my thing and play it. I said my problem
Don't
in
be talking
Liberia.
about my chair before I put you on my sleeve.
My problem in Liberia was this freedom of speech.
Okay.
If it's going to continue, Honor Ellen, we had it. Whether it will continue.
What do you mean whatever will continue? Is it
Well, listen to
it is
me.
continuing
Listen
right
to me, my brother.
now. Yeah, go ahead.
Listen. And whether it's going to continue, there's other people who
I
go
don't like you
around.
making a statement whether it's going to continue.
It's not no.
What
You
do
know
you
why it's not continue? Just imagine you right in America.
Uh-huh.
You try to say the truth. They say you hate the president.
Yeah, but nobody hurting you.
No.
If
This-
people
no,
being
listen.
critical.
You see, if the only way you can solve a problem, you got to identify the problem.
Okay.
I don't want when I criticize a president and you cannot see the only thing you're going to say, like one of these guys who just say another stupid show again. Y'all look like kick it door, y'all will eat door. You know, they kind of statement. Is that a statement like people? You know, people that are
Yeah,
right.
but that's
no,
just an
that's their
individual.
right. That
Yeah.
nobody representing a party.
Yeah, but you don't know whether that man CDC is a institution
Listen
or
to
not.
me. Listen
you
to
don't
me.
know.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
I'm an independent person. What I support right now, as I'm sitting, I'm not supporting no party. I supported commies. You don't know who I'm going to support in the next election. You don't know. It could maybe it might be commies. Who knows? If I get my $5 million, I could run for president too because I need money to run for president. You don't know. You getting it? So right now, it's not about commies. It's not about Joshua. It's about Republic of Liberia. Propo. If you tell me right now how I understand the word propo,
Stay poor.
No, that's they reach the other one who it is say stay poor. But if you tell me now the meaning of propo, before Ellen traveled with 20 men, 25, 15, I'm coming as a propo leader. I would not travel with 25. I cut it down. You know what I'm saying? I save money right there. I don't have to go to every little country that invite me because I got a work to do.
Yeah, but you don't,
Listen.
you don't believe the president is working?
Wait.
To all the different places.
Give me
you go,
he's
you don't think
working as part of his responsibility.
Yeah, but
let me answer him.
okay.
They invited the president.
Call your name and where you calling from?
Prince Charles is really.
Okay, yeah. What's on your mind, Giles?
Yeah, I've been listening to the discussion of whether people calling you and trying to go all kinds of ways. The only thing I can say is that Nigerians, I don't know what's our problem. When you do constructive criticism of a person, just because you support that person, then everybody who criticizes them becomes an enemy of them. When you criticize them or do something, talk something that you observe, then instead of answering the question or responding to the actual criticism, they go after you personally. They start getting all
criticize the person. You criticize the person, then you enemy of the state, you enemy of the person, and blah, 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 blah. How we live in a world where you know how to feel pain and feel their pleasure? How do they do these things? When do they graduate from this kind of situation? That's why the policy like has a major flaws. And people always hate each other because they're willing to carry it. When NGO got there, the person over there, they were first. The same choice we are people. When they criticize the other people, that was a problem. Now they there too, that's why they criticize them, they become problem for them. What is going on? When will they learn? Are they real politicians or are they greater seekers? Which one is that?
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Our money will have you to get close up. And let me say this before you close up. To everybody that is watching the show, we want to say thank you for watching and thank you for being respectful on this platform. And let me say this for everybody, and money yourself, and Charles on the line. Our country is at the point where I don't think anybody should sit back and just watch. This is time for every Liberian, wherever you are. We all need to come together and figure out what is the problem. What can we do? Majority of the people you talk to, they tell you Joe Weah is a good guy. It's not a bad guy. People see his surrounding. People say, oh, he don't understand. This is a major problem we're having in Liberia. I will say this to you. If you look at the numbers, whenever you come and you got different programs you're running, when you run that program, when you go back and look at the numbers, you have 700, 800, 200. But when you talk about politics in Liberia, everybody is concerned. There are people who are sitting. I listened to Hero Costa today. I listened to somebody crying on the phone today. And it pains me. We all live in exile. We in our prime. People in the 40s. People. Everybody don't want to work in government in Liberia. Some people just want to go back home, go in a little village, get a little farm. They work when they go in low with money. They come here hustle and go back. They don't want to be bothered with politics. And I hope if the president is listening and watching, this platform, we are not for any political party. We are open to religion. Wherever you come from, we are free, give, straight, wherever you come from. Our platform is for every Liberian citizen. We need to step back for a little bit and ask ourselves, what are we doing wrong? Because guess what? Our neighbors are enjoying the country. They are benefiting from it. We as Liberians are growing gray hair, living in other places. We're living. It's sad to know that, oh, you have to just forget about Liberia and buy a house in America and enjoy yourself, because there's nothing that's going to happen. And I would say this to our president: you travel, you went abroad, and you know how it is to be outside. You can have all the riches. If you don't have the opportunity to go home and enjoy it and sit home and know that I belong to something, this is where I come from, it pains you and it can break you down. We got people dying from cancer, dying from different sicknesses outside the country, and they're requesting, take my body back home. There's a reason why they're saying it. So those that are in Liberia and which in our dual citizenship doesn't matter, and this doesn't matter, oh, you'll hit the president, all this sort of thing, you need to step back for a little bit and understand we are family. We are fingers, G. Mana Cannibal always say we are fingers of one hand. We are all one. This is the time for us to come together. So the protest that is being initiated by Aaron Costa, I don't think it should be violence, but I think it should be something where we should come out and say save the state and the president. Because we sitting up, we criticizing, we talking, we say certain things. But I would say this to George, we have friends, and to the entire Liberian community, you don't know the position that individual is sitting in. People were promised. People were pushed. Oh, man, I got your back. People were this, people were that. Now he in that point where he looking at everybody. The decision may be sounding, looking easy to you to make. You get what I'm saying? But that individual, he found himself in the state where the only person he can talk to, maybe he's crying for your mama and say, if I knew, I was not going to get myself involved into this. So the only thing we can do is we need to understand, put yourself in an individual's shoe and understand. And I hope that he sleep tonight good, step back, and figure out what we need to do to move this country forward. So we want to say thank you for watching. I want to give you a chance to close up. Okay. And I want to give Charles to close up a little bit. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
has an all-Liberia conference in a different region. In America, Liberation Europe,
That's a
Liberation Africa. Let's see if we can set, let's think about that idea. Let's have a real legitimate all-Liberia conference. Not to become a conference of position or tattoo high, but the PhD, the guy, the educated, motive, the friend, no. A simple way that we call it on the Palava Hub. Let's set up all of our conference on the Palava House in our different regions, and we come together and sit down and look at our country.
Our country.
It is us.
It's us.
You will be president today, tomorrow, you will be president.
You will not be president again. I'm telling you.
We should think about that.
This is very
okay.
important.
Another thing I was trying to
And
say.
thank you very much, Charles. And let me give you
What I
the
was trying to say
Okay.
here is that George Weah, as an individual, we all know he's very nice.
Okay.
You see, you notice something about his administration. George Weah insists that he need roads.
Yeah.
He interested in it. He go on inspection and it's working. Eh?
Yeah.
If you are going to sit back and leave it with people, they won't go nowhere. You know that? That's why I say the president is powerful.
Yeah.
When the president said, I want you to build this building, I will find money to build that building. If he insists, that is what made the president powerful in our country.
Yeah.
But because, why would the president doing all these things? Where is your other ministers that's supposed to do these things? That what happened with Ellen.
Yeah.
Ellen sat back and she think that it's supposed to work. Look, I want the person who said, yes, thank God, Joshua will go on inspection, he will go and check and do whatsoever. There's nothing wrong with it. But if Joshua chose today, and he said the children should go to school free, and he said it,
Yeah.
they will find the money. And he went to Nukutan, Popo Beach, and said they will build 50 units. And they're going to start because he told them to do it. So that's why we hold the president responsible.
Okay.
You said the president is powerful. The president got a lot of power in Liberia. There is no check and balance in Liberia. Because where all this money coming from that you're going to take from this place and put to this place, it's not in the budget. It's just like you said that you can only run your house on $20.
Yeah.
But then you won't go to the movies, you won't go to all the places. Where the money coming from? That's what as an individual, he's nice. But you got other advisors who tell him, Mr. President, don't listen to people. We'll handle it.
Yeah.
Don't listen to them. No. The people of Liberia want to hear the president on radio.
So he should take.
You don't got to even go to city. You can sit right in the in the office
See a crew. See a regular
and talk to Liberian people every weekend. Give them courage. This is what we're working on, my people.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
You got to hold on. To break a house down is easy. To build it is hard. You know what I'm saying? The problem in Liberia is not today's problem. We all know that. We are even the Joshua who president today. It's not we disrespect people. Joshua did a lot for Liberia. I said he put himself on the line. He used to go back home to play to encourage other people to play. But we never still respected him. Let me tell you the real truth. When someone else was running around here preaching about Joshua, we were castigated by certain people, by a lot of people who are working today in the Joshua government.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you,
Yeah.
if Joshua asks me, do you want me to appoint people from America? I'll tell you no. If you take anybody from America, that means you do not have that talent in Liberia.
Yeah.
That means that talent is not in Liberia. Why? Because my entire bill here might be $5,000 every month. Then you send me to Liberia. I see some people taking assistant minister job. When I was working in government inspector general, assistant minister was making less than $500. But now they're making $2,000. Why would I leave America to make $2,000 in Liberia? That means you're telling me, say,
Something's
go
on your
and
sleeve.
steal.
Yeah, something's on your sleeve.
It's wrong.
Yeah, so we got to sit back.
So the president promised a lot of people.
Yeah,
and I
thank you so
understand.
much.
The government
Thank you so
can
much,
employ
Charles.
everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother. Let me just close up. Government can employ everybody. When you're going after a stand-up bearer, just go there with your open mind.
Yeah. And
You're not going there because he got to give you a job. What I want, maybe this man get a good idea on the judicial system,
Yeah.
on our taxes. The only thing I want to do when I go to Liberia, and they tell me, I said, pay $10 to the port. Let me pay my $10 and get out. Just what we do in America.
yeah. Yeah.
If I
System.
find out, let me just do it the same way.
You want to have system.
We
you
got to
wanna be-
pay taxes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But who don't pay taxes in Liberia? Government officials. Government officials do not pay taxes in Liberia on the houses. You don't know that?
I heard
Government
that
officials
before.
do not pay taxes. They get everything free. They go to the telephone company and beg for phone and beg for minutes and use their power. Why one man should take $10,000 bribe in government? Who are you? You heard my own friend that they called his name the other day. They were all on Nima Wisner. About no, not even that commerce ministry.
Yeah, commerce ministry.
About the corruption.
Yeah.
And look, I said, but why certain people, their deal will just be up, and this president, he need to take action.
You need to take action.
He need to come up and say, they take responsibility. Nobody hate president. We all are not running for office. Prince, you talk about dual citizenship. The fact is that our constitution, nobody can deny your citizenship.
No.
It's in our constitution. Whether are naturalized in different countries, everybody left Liberia and naturalized. Joshua left, he played football in Europe, he naturalized as a French citizen. You know why? Because he wanted to have a playing time on the team. Everybody left Liberia to hustle and go back home. But they're afraid that when you go home, you will conscientize the people in your community and tell them, listen, the place we're coming from, this is what the citizen can do. You get it? But we want John Brown in the community who start giving people small rest who vote for them and the Tinted car.
Yeah.
So yes, we'll blame the president, but what about ourselves?
Yeah.
What about our officials, our leaders?
Especially the legislature and the Senate.
When you know the man is not doing, just gave him a nice letter and tell him, say, Mr. Representative, you will hear from us in 6 years. Since you don't want to do this, 6 years come, we will remove you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The president is just a one man. Let me tell you the real truth, but we hold the president responsible because he make all the appointment in government. Yeah?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I want to say thanks to everybody with the negatives and the positive reaction. Liberia is our country. Liberia is not for me. Liberia is not for you. Liberia is for everybody. In a sense, we can build our country.
Yeah.
I will tell you that we ourselves can build our country.
Yeah.
Without me, without you, we are nothing.
We're nothing.
But the government got to make means. They got to organize. They got to put things into place that will encourage Liberians and other people to go to Liberia. Nobody want war in Liberia, and Liberia have gone to the circle to a place now where they're only talking, no more
Only
war.
talking, yeah, no more war. So
thank you very much.
Please,
and you can share the video.
Yes, thank you for watching, and we're going
and we love our president, so don't worry. Love is something that you can't just drop.
So we want to say thank you, and we'll see you when we see you.
They call it